very, very short. Has been just about tomorrow game, plan for tomorrow, and that's it. No more than that, because as you can see, it's quite difficult to, it's not easy with this condition, with this temperature, but we are going to try to do our best.
While Nicholas Jackson's been banned for 2 games at the tournament following his red card against Flamengo, elsewhere a former United manager is keen to bring a current United outcast to Turkey. Jose Mourinho wants Jadon Sancho at Fenerbahce. talkSPORT's Ben Jacobs says the Turkish giants are battling Napoli for the winger.
My understanding is that Jose Mourinho and Sancho have had a face-to-face Zoom or whatever appropriate technology they use, and they've spoken about this project. And then financially speaking, Fenerbahce have got big budget. We're really seeing Turkish clubs be ambitious this summer. We know that Galatasaray won the race for Leroy Sané, but Fenerbahce were there, and the same kind of salary offered to Sané is available to Sancho.
It's understood Fenerbahce are also after lead stopper Elan Meslier. We understand Keith Andrews has agreed to become Brentford's new head coach. Darren Bent believes it's a risk, but a calculated one.
You want someone who has obviously got that managerial experience before, that maybe had even managed in the Premier League before, but the fact they've opted for this route, someone at the club must have gone, do you know what, he's good enough. Because surely you do your homework. And Brentford's a club, I think, when they do their homework in terms of managers, because you had the Thomas Frank with the Dean Smith, and then he took over. He's definitely one of those, when I look at Brentford Football Club, in terms of transfers, in terms of recruitment, appointments, in terms of staff, they're quite meticulous in what they do. It's never just off the cuff, is it?
This as Middlesbrough have confirmed the appointment of Rob Edwards as their new head coach on a 3-year contract. There's more online at talksport.com.
Four minutes after 6 o'clock. Good morning. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online. All a few clicks to make buying your next car very easy. Gabby's alongside me. How you been, Gab?
I'm very well, Alan. Very, very enjoyed my break.
Have you?
Yeah, I went
Simon
to,
said hello yesterday. He said,
I'm dreading seeing him.
He said, where's the paddle queen? I went, I've no idea.
I'm dreading seeing him this morning. I've not seen him for a week, which has been lovely. Yeah, it's a poor result. But you know what I did, Alan?
What?
I didn't sulk.
Threw your bat away?
No. I got up. I went and got some training overseas in Ibiza. And I've come back a lot better player.
Gab, don't take this the wrong way.
Yeah.
Right? But Simon said you can't get round the court. He said you're too lumpy.
Too lumpy.
That's what he said to me yesterday. He can't get round the court.
Do you know what's funny about him? Anytime I play the worldie shot, Alan, his partner would be like, well done, great shot, Bentley, great shot, Gabs. So I've gone to Simon. Simon, good shot. He's gone, maybe. He doesn't want to give you no plaudits.
Well, he wants to win, that's why.
Yeah, to be fair though, Alan, he's been playing for years, he said. He said he played with Trevor Francis like 20 years ago.
Did he? Trevor played there?
20 years ago he played with him.
Trevor was rapid. He'd get around that court, no problem.
So anyway, I enjoyed it and enjoyed my little breakaway playing a bit of paddle. So love the island, by the way, Ibiza.
Oh, you've been away, have you?
Yeah, I went away for 4 nights. Ibiza, lovely.
Ibiza. Not Ibiza.
Ibiza, same thing.
It's not Ibiza.
Go away. How's it spelt?
Z.
Exactly.
Ibiza.
Exactly.
Ibiza. It's not Ibiza.
Ibiza, all right. But lovely island, though.
No hassle with the locals?
I actually only went to restaurants where it was locals.
Right.
I didn't go to anywhere where there were the Brits. I wanted to go to a nice low-key restaurant in the village, and I loved it, mate.
Yeah.
Come back refreshed.
Well, that's good news.
Thank you, mate.
No problem with the airport, in and out?
No, really good going out. On the way back, really good. Literally landed at East Midlands Airport, Al. It was hilarious Sunday night. Literally the most rain you'll ever see.
Rain?
You just like, what's the point? This country puts you on a downer when you get back from holiday.
I haven't seen rain for ages.
There was loads in East Midlands. Yeah. What about yourself? What have you been up to?
Me and Ray worked Monday night. Monday night, yeah. That was good down the South End.
Lovely.
Busy little place. Apart from that, weekends, I've not been doing a lot. I've been
relaxing, chilling, yeah. You look like you lost your tan. You've not been out in the sun.
No. I've suddenly, I don't know what it is. I've gone off sitting now.
Yeah, because you were tanned this time last week. You lost it, mate. Just get back out there, mate.
No, it's really hot, you know. I don't mind if I'm relaxed and feel good. I've been sitting under shade with the dog because he's too hot. So if I sit under the shade, he'll come next to me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Anyway, no complaints.
Yes, good.
Right, Chelsea are through to the knockout stages of the Club World Cup with a helping hand from an ex-tractor boy, and I'm delighted.
Flipped over the top by Enzo Fernandez. Delap turning. Great chance for Delap! And Liam Delap has his first Chelsea goal. And it was a brilliant finish. He took the ball down on the edge of the penalty area. And he stroked it low, right-footed from the edge of the penalty area. And Liam Delap scores the first of what I hope will be many in a Chelsea shirt. And in the blink of an eye, Chelsea have sealed their place in the knockout phase of the Club World Cup. Esperance 0, Chelsea 2, and it's a great moment for Liam Delap.
Absolutely. See his strength there, Gab? Oh, he's a strong boy, you know. He'll roll people with strength.
That's what I like about him.
And then he doesn't hit it right away. He comes in on his right foot and just guides it in. Very, very, very good. I'm hoping he's a big success.
Yeah, that's what I like about him, is his strength. I mean, watching him last year, Al, for Ipswich, how strong he is, his hold-up play, he can hold defenders off. And even there, some strikers, maybe Nicholas Jackson, would hit that with his left foot, got blocked.
Yeah.
He chops inside, guides into the corner. I don't know what the keeper's doing or the defenders. Very poor side they played, but you can only do what's up against you.
Liam scored his first Chelsea goals. The Blues qualified for the knockout stages of the Club World Cup. I'll start watching it now, to be honest. With a win off ES Tunis, a late George goal sealed the 3-0 win in temperatures that Enzo Maresco described as still feeling at 36 degrees despite the 9 o'clock kickoff. On Delap, though, Gab, it's a great competition for him to play a few games for Chelsea, to get to know his teammates. And, you know, there'll be easier games, there'll be harder games, but it's a good way of easing yourself in, I think.
I think it's just understanding your teammates. I mean, you obviously would have had pre-season if you didn't have this tournament, but the more games before the season starts next season will help him. Enzo Fernandez, feeding him there for his goal. Can you get a relationship with him because of how good he is at passing? Cole Palmer, we've already seen in the few appearances that he's had, he will make that want to go short, running behind. Palmer will find him. Can he get relationships now with Neto, Madueke, Casado as well? Because he's going to score goals, Al. Yeah. I'll guarantee you that. And I think he will.
Did he get his start because of Jackson's red card?
Yeah, so he got his start. That's all you can do, can't you? Yeah. When someone gets sent off, make your start count. But he's not here to be a bit part player. He's at Chelsea to be the number one striker, and I really think he will. And if I'm him, I'm saying to myself, what's my target? World Cup. That's my target next summer.
Well, Jackson will be suspended as well for Chelsea's first game of the Premier League season after his red card against Newcastle. And former Blues defender Jason Cundy thinks an opportunity has suddenly opened up for Liam.
Jackson's got some work to be done. I think Jackson's been let down a little bit over the last couple of years. He's not had enough competition, I don't think, for his position. But Delap has definitely put that under real pressure. He offers a lot. He's young. He's raw, but there's a lot to like. But it's against weak opposition, so his test will come further down the line. But I'm delighted to get the first goal as a striker when you join a club for a big club like Chelsea. It's all about getting your first goal, and he's got that under his belt. So I'm delighted for him. Lovely finish.
He's a tall boy and a strong boy,
yes.
so we wish him well.
Yes.
Another striker making the headlines once again is Marcus Rashford. And talkSPORT's Ollie Klink broke some huge news surrounding his future on the Transfer Insiders last night.
We understand that Barcelona are exploring a loan move for Marcus Rashford. This is because their manager Hansi Flick thinks that his versatility would make him a really attractive proposition. That would be in addition, though, to their top target, which is Nico Williams from Athletic Bilbao. Rashford obviously is one of Manchester United's highest paid players. He earns in excess of £350,000 a week, but Manchester United realised that the chances of finding a club to sign him permanently at the moment are slim, so it does look like he will be heading back out on loan once again. In terms of his future at Old Trafford under Ruben Amorim, it looks pretty dead. His number 10 shirt has already been promised to the new signing Matheus Cunha, but that is the breaking news this evening, that Barcelona are exploring a loan move for Rashford.
It's a bold move from Barcelona, if that is correct. They must look, you can't get in the United side and look how they've struggled last season. And do they want to upset the dressing room? I'm not saying he's a bad lad, I'm not saying that, but you look at that Barcelona, the line of kids they've got coming through. Yes. What a side!
I think
great side.
Yeah, I think you look at Barcelona's possible starting front players. You've got Yamal on that right hand side. You could have Nico Williams, who looks like he's going to go through on the left. You could probably have Lewandowski down the middle, and behind him Rafinha. So he's definitely not going to start.
Well, maybe Lewandowski's getting a little bit aged.
Yeah, it could be Al, but I think if it's a loan deal, look at Aston Villa. He wasn't guaranteed to start. He only played 10 Premier League games. He got 2 goals and 2 assists in them 10 games, but he wasn't guaranteed to start. So Barcelona, he definitely won't be.
I still think Ollie would have his nose out of joint because of that.
Oh, 100%. But I just think at Barcelona, they're looking at it and saying, you know what, if they can do a deal with Manchester United, if they can pay £200,000 a week towards his wages, loan deal for the season, he's not guaranteed to start, he knows that before he comes, then I think it's a win-win.
Okay, Marcus de Barca, looks as if it could be on. 03 717 223344 is the number. It gives a call. Coming up, what can the English football team learn from the cricketers after a stunning test victory yesterday? We'll discuss that next. For years, people were, who's she talking about? Who's she singing about? And I think the verdict is Warren Beatty.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's Warren Beatty she was talking about.
Do you ever think about this song and think of someone? Or someone in a vein. Who would you say, sir?
Good paddle player.
Simon.
So why are we hearing this brilliant tune this morning? Well, it's Carly Simon's 82nd birthday today. Carly, happy birthday.
Yes,
and happy birthday
Carly.
Enzo over in Bow Lane. Enzo, good morning. Happy birthday, mate. Who's the most vain talkSPORT presenter? Then I'll ask you, Gab. Goldstein? Ooh, could be. Simon Jordan, the Chunk? Not Ali.
I think that'd have to be Simon.
Would it?
Yeah.
Well, he looks after himself.
No, he's a bit vain though, isn't he? Don't you think?
Yeah.
I think he is, mate.
Yeah, I think it's Simon or Goldstein, don't you?
Yeah, I think Andy can be quite vain as well. Like, he's always looking at his hair during the show. You know, so yeah, Simon. Both of them can have it. Simon and Andy. Yeah.
All right. Let's look at today's back pages now with Tesco Mobile. I was going to say something there, but better not. For
Page review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Are you self-employed? Get business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big mobile networks. For terms and verification, visit tescomobile.com/business.
Was that too long ago for you, Carly Simon?
No, love it. Love that song. And I just said to Ed out there, I said, who was that she wrote that about? And then I said it was Warren Buffett, but it was Warren Beatty.
Warren Buffett.
That's how rumours start.
He'd have been about 50 then, Warren Buffett. With 50 million.
Yeah.
Great tune.
So she was great, and as was Carole King, Tapestry. She was another gem.
See that song? The only reason I know it is because of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, you and Jill, movie night.
Do they sit in different rooms?
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, he's brilliant.
He's so good.
He's brilliant.
And it's like a romantic chick flick.
Yeah. Oh. Well, how am I going to watch it?
You'll love it.
No, I won't.
So come on, you need to get in touch with this feminine side.
You just sit in the same room.
I was watching A Bridge Too Far the other day for the 10th time.
So manly.
It'll happen.
A real man.
What we got on the back pages?
Okay, it's all about the cricket this morning, and rightly so. Heading glee is the headline in The Sun. Stokes hails Duckett as England win yet another Leeds classic. John Etheridge in The Sun. Ben Stokes saluted unbelievable Ben Duckett after his stunning century saw England storm to another remarkable win. At Headingley seems to be their place to be. Duckett produced a string of dazzling shots, including a reverse sweep for 6 as England completed their second highest test run chase of all time. Were you watching it in the boozer yesterday?
I was. I went home, had a little sleep, and then got up to watch the last couple of hours.
You had a nap? You had a nap to watch sport?
No, I'm feeling a bit down at the moment. I don't know, something wrong with me.
Yeah, we need to get you right, mate.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, watch a chick flick.
Away you go.
It'll raise the...
I don't want to be even downer.
Endorphins.
Oh, shall I put on Love Story next? Away you go.
Away you go.
Here you go, Hen.
Kramer versus Kramer. What else is there? What other junk is out there?
You need to listen to some good music, watch a good movie, go and get a wee spa. You'll feel good.
Wee spa.
Go to a big spa.
See, men are men. You don't do spas.
Yeah, you do.
No,
yes, you do.
I love a spa, mate.
Oh, dear.
There you go. Modern day carry on. And he loves How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days as well.
Yeah. Oh, you got to get inside of your feminine side, mate.
I'm not sure I've got one.
I'm not sure you do either. The Miracle Men is on the Telegraph as well. Ben Stokes hailing Ben Duckett and the Never Say Die attitude.
He was brilliant.
What is it about him?
Mind you, Root was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, when the crunch, when the pressure's on, Root was fantastic.
Was we brilliant or was India poor?
No, I think England were very, very good. I don't think India were poor. They did drop one or two, but no, not at all. With that
applauded for us. Yeah.
No, absolutely. You've got to give it. Well done, England. Brilliant.
Yeah, and it's also as Ben Stokes was saying, there was a belief when they arrived yesterday. The amount of people were talking about, we're going to win this, we're going to win this.
No draw. I thought they'd be a draw me. I thought the weather was going to spoil it, but I forget what player it was. He says, no. The way we're thinking, we can win this.
Yeah. Lots of love and praise. Michael Vaughan inside the Telegraph today towards Ben Duckett. Duckett is unique, and there is a bit of a genius about him. His reverse sweeping of Ravindra in this game was staggering. It's his smile and his relaxed manner as well. He sets the tone for batting and is settled at the start of a massive year as well for Test cricket. So Edgbaston next week. Does this get you into it, Gabs?
Yeah, listen, cricket isn't my number one. Obviously football is, but when England are playing well, bit of a glory hunter, me, Shaban.
Yeah, me too.
When they're playing well, I'm like, all right, Edgbaston, I'm working, mate, with you.
You want to go a bit of corporate? 500, 750, 1,000.
500. I'm not like you, mate. I'll sit with the fans, mate.
You liar!
I do, mate.
No, you
liar!
don't.
Yes, I do.
He's a liar.
Gabby.
You not seen the pictures of me in Paris?
He just told me from his holidays, like, I didn't stay with the locals.
No,
I stayed with the locals.
No, you don't. He's like, I went on holiday and stayed with the local people. He didn't
Spanish.
mix with the Brits.
I want to speak Spanish like Trent, don't I? So, listening to them speak.
Go on then.
No, it's too early. I need a coffee first.
What, it's too early for Spanish?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Shaban, ignore him.
Back page of the Sun. Shall we talk about Jadon Sancho? Martin Lipton saying that Jose Mourinho is closing in and taking Manchester United flop Jadon Sancho to Turkey. Fenerbahce boss Mourinho has offered United £15 million to end the winger's miserable spell at Old Trafford.
50 or 15?
15, 1-5, yeah. 1-5, yeah. I mean, it's big wages again, but this is a good move, right, for Jadon?
I would like to see him go back to Dortmund.
Yeah.
That's where his success was. He went back a second time and done well again.
The problem is, Al, it's the wages, and that's going to be a problem for Manchester United.
Listen, he's got to have a few quid. Take a cut.
You're not gonna though. Come on. Would you take a cut?
Yeah, if it meant me getting back my, your reputation, I might.
So you're going to leave millions on the table, and your agent's going to say, "You're joking me."
You're greedy, Gabby. You're greedy.
But Gab, that is the mess of Manchester United. They were giving these kids too much money.
That's not his fault.
Well, it is now. It is now. Yeah.
What's you meant to do?
He's not got a place at Manchester United now.
What's you meant to say then?
If he still wants to play football, he should take the cut.
Nah, because when a player, I've been there as
Gabs,
a player.
you ain't worth that money.
No, but if I'm a player, I'm saying, listen, Man United, it's your problem. You make it work. You pay me some of my wages. You give me a few million to go, wherever it is you have to make the transfer work. You're not going to leave money on the table when you've got an owner who's worth, what's he worth? Billions. Of course you're not.
Okay.
Well,
the footballers don't do that.
Rot on the bench then.
Well, he's probably thinking, no problem.
What about Grealish then? Does he take a pay cut to get footballers?
I don't think a player nowadays will take a pay cut. No, I don't think he will. I don't think Rashford will. That's why Sancho didn't go to Chelsea, because he wouldn't take a pay cut. You're not going to leave. You're talking about millions here, not like a few thousand.
Yeah,
you're talking about maybe £5 to £10 million wages to say, all right, I'll sacrifice that and then I'll go and move to Galatasaray. Not in a million years.
I believe in life that if you're doing good at something, you should be progressing and getting more money, but he hasn't been doing as well. Therefore, I think
contract's a contract. That's why we signed
I agree with that as well, but if it's a different club and if you still want to play, like, I think he's right. I think there's an element of greed to then, if you still want to play football,
I've been
then play
there.
football.
I've been there. If I'm Rashford and if I'm Sancho, as the club, you sort the finances out to make the deal work with my agent. If we can't sort it out, then I'll sit there. End of the day, no one forced Manchester United to give them those contracts, did they?
No, and
it's down to them. That's their problem.
It's a mess.
They do it again, then they know what they're doing. But Sancho's not going to say, "Oh, I'm on £300,000 a week. Okay, I'll go down to 200 to get a move." He's not going to do that.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Hang on a second. Look how quiet he is.
Grenade in there,
How quiet he is. You're the worst.
Alan.
You'd want more to go to Galatasaray.
See, this is the modern day football.
No, you liar.
Image. You know, just gimme.
This guy's the worst, man.
Gimme. Give me my cushion. I'll sit on the bench and I'll just watch my bank account go up.
Shaban, he wants paying for a drink. He doesn't want to pay for a drink. He wants paying for a drink. You're the worst. You cannot talk.
Who buys all the drinks over London Bridge? Me.
We split it.
No, we don't. No,
I get the coffees.
Daddy Warbox, I call him.
Honestly, I've got a spicy margarita. I've got to go now. I've got to go. Yeah, it does an honour. Honestly.
What I do is I give out my vouchers. I've got 3 vouchers over the road for drinks.
I'll just go to the loo and he disappears.
You know he takes Ali out for dinner.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Gabs, you've said it on national radio.
Well, that would be close. Who's got more money, Ali or Gabby? I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to take sides there.
Well, I wish. But Sancho, the problem is Manchester United.
You know the difference between you and Ali? Ali's got 7 kids. You've got 4 or 5. But Ali sees his. Right. Shaban, thank you. We'll be back with Shaban a little bit later. That was a look at today's back page of Tesco Mobile for Business.
Back page review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Are you self-employed? Get business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big mobile networks. For terms and verification, visit tescomobile.com/business.
Chelsea will be looking to progress to the last 16 of the Club World Cup during the wee hours of Wednesday morning. They're up against AES Tunis in Philadelphia and need to avoid defeat to make it through. But Enzo Maresca says it's been almost impossible to train because of the heat in the States.
Now we are trying just to save energy for the game. This morning session has been very, very, very short. Has been just about tomorrow game, plan for tomorrow, and that's it.
Elsewhere, a former United manager is keen to bring a current United outcast to Turkey. Jose Mourinho wants Jadon Sancho at Fenerbahce. talkSPORT's Ben Jacobs says the Turkish giants are battling Napoli for the winger.
Financially speaking, Fenerbahce have got big budget. We're really seeing Turkish clubs be ambitious this summer. We know that Galatasaray won the race for Leroy Sané, but Fenerbahce were there, and the same kind of salary offered to Sané is available to Sancho.
We understand Keith Andrews has agreed to become Brentford's new head coach. Darren Bent believes it's a risk, but a calculated one.
Someone at the club must have gone, do you know what? He's good enough. Because surely you do your homework. And Brentford's a club, I think, when they do their homework in terms of managers, because you had the Thomas Frank with the Dean Smith, and then he took over. He's definitely one of those when I look at Brentford Football Club, in terms of transfers, in terms of recruitment, appointments, in terms of staff, they're quite meticulous in what they do. It's never just off the cuff, is it?
.34 now. There's a bit of a story in the news this morning from France. Despite finishing 6th in League One last season, Lyon have been relegated to League Two due to poor finances. I can't believe that. I thought Lyon were half decent.
Oh, but same owner as Crystal Palace.
Busy.
So how does that work?
Well, 7-time champions Lyon have failed to meet the demands of the DNGC, stating that they have not improved their financial position. The French giants have hit back at the news, however, stating they have the proven funds and will lodge an appeal. At the heart of this is former Crystal Palace owner John Textor, who owns 77% stake in Lyon. French football expert Julien Laurent has explained. Julien.
John Textor happened. And I mean, I don't know how Crystal Palace fans feel about him, but he almost cost them a place in the Europa League next season. But Lyon fans want him out of their club because since he took over, Jean-Michel Aulas, who is the historical owner and president of that club, who did so many great things between 1987 and 2019, when he sold the club to John Textor. Lyon were a powerhouse, not just in French football, but in European football as well, in Champions League. But since John Textor arrived and took over that club, it's been an absolute disgrace the way he ran that club to the ground, really, because to the point that being relegated now in the second division because your debts are so high and you can't actually offer a proper plan to just deal with it and deal with the money that you're losing season after season. When you sack managers, when you employ wrong people, when you sack director of football, all of that. And if they are in this position right now of being relegated, which we knew was coming because they were provisionally relegated back in November with the French regulators saying, listen, you've got too many debts. This is not sustainable.
There you go, Julien Laurent there.
Very odd, though.
There's a place you should visit, Gab.
Where?
Lyon.
You said that?
Oh, yeah. Beautiful down there.
Restaurant, wine.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
What did you say?
And then pop up to Lake Annecy, which is Lake Annecy's at the foot of the Alps, the French Alps. Beautiful.
Yeah. I was talking about this to one of my friends as well. I need to start travelling to different places. I want to try Japan as well. I've heard it's amazing.
It is.
So that's on my list.
Spotless.
This coming year, definitely try Japan. But before that, I'll try Lyon. Let's do it.
No, you should do. You fly straight into Lyon. It's a quick flight as well.
Okay.
It's really nice.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can't get my head around this. Relegated.
But that's what should happen, shouldn't it? If you're in debt and you're not paying your debts off, then there has to be a big punishment. And what doesn't add up is former Crystal Palace owner, and there's been no problems at Crystal Palace, but he's got 76% share at Lyon. Something doesn't add up to me.
No.
But I'm sure if they're appealing and they're saying they've got the money.
So they're near neighbours, Gab. Saint-Etienne, Les Lavers. There's a guy called Bernard Tapie who was at Marseille and then went to Saint-Etienne. They got in big trouble as well.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah. And it nearly ruined the football club.
But maybe now that they've been threatened with relegation and they'll appeal, maybe now we'll get the funds together and pay off the debts. Well, sometimes you need that big punishment, don't you, to scare these owners to wake up.
So we'll bring you more on that story throughout the day on talkSPORT, but report suggests this could be good news though. You mentioned Palace, because Palace in their bid for Europa League. Now let's get more on the sensational cricket yesterday. England won up in the series against India. I thoroughly enjoyed it. After a massive run chase, which sits 10th in the all-time list of test match run chases. Captain Ben Stokes spoke after the game about pulling off another, miracle run. A miracle run chase up at Headingley.
Yeah, we've been pretty good at this ground over the last few years. This game, I think going to the last hour on day 5, I think, just shows how good the quality of cricket was from both teams. We've came out with the win here, but to go all the way to the wire like we have done, it just shows that two pretty good teams going up against each other, and was a great start to the series.
So let's get more on this now and say a very good morning to talkSPORT's cricket reporter Sam Ellard. Sam, morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Yeah, very well, Sam. Sam, it was interesting in the view that when England won the toss, they decided to bowl first. David Bumble Lloyd said that's the right decision because the track up there at Leeds, he said that's how it plays. It's a great chasing pitch, a great chasing arena. Whereas a lot of the journalists were saying this pitch is perfect, this is madness. Bumble was correct.
100% out. For that scenario yesterday, it's exactly why Ben Stokes bowled first. It did feel like on day one, when you got to the ground and you simply looked up and looked down, it did feel like a batting day. But all of the stats at Headingley show that you bowl first and you bat last on it. And England had a pretty big total to chase down. But that pitch yesterday, for the majority of it, it played pretty well. It was a really, really good batting wicket throughout. And this England team in the baseball era have got no problem in chasing down big targets, big totals. They're not afraid of it. And Ben Stokes' decision to bowl first on day one, which upset a lot of people, it was completely vindicated as they comfortably chased down, comfortably-ish chased down a big total on a wicket that stayed pretty true throughout the 5 days.
So, Sam, I haven't seen every day, but Gabby asked the question to me earlier. He says, were England very, very good? Were India poor? I didn't see India as being poor.
Do you know what? I think India with the bat in their first innings and second innings, first innings they were 330 for 3, and in their second innings they were around 270 for 3. They got themselves into some really good positions and they should have killed England out of the game. They should have battered England out of the game where England had absolutely no chance of even getting a draw out of it. But in both of India's innings, the middle and lower order collapsed and it allowed England back into the game. England should have been chasing on the last day something like 500, 550, but even the best baseball chase of all time would have got nowhere near. So I think with India, that killer instinct just wasn't there. And for the first 4 days, India were the better side, and India felt like we in control of that test match, and they just weren't able to put England away. And maybe a more experienced team, because India have lost a lot of experienced players over the last couple of years in this test team. A more experienced and more ruthless India test team would have just taken the game away from England, and they weren't able to do that when they should have done, and they just allowed England to get back into the game and chase down 371, which felt chaseable, as you mentioned, on a pretty good deck.
Sam, baseball, it's carefree cricket, isn't it? Do you think that's the way to success And do you think the English football team could learn from the cricket team?
Yeah, so I've always thought, Gabby, with Bazball, with 3 years into Bazball, I've always thought the first 18 months of Bazball at times was really, really reckless. It was aggressive cricket, but at times it almost went a little bit too far. We were sat there scratching your head thinking, why are you playing that shot? What are you doing? It makes no sense. I think in the last 18 months of Bazball, while we still see aggressive cricket, 100% it's aggressive, take the game to the opposition, go out there and express yourself, and if it doesn't work, don't worry about it, go again. I still think it's an England team that it's almost like there's been a little bit of a refinement. I think they're better at moments of soaking up pressure. I think Zach Crawley's innings yesterday and late last night, the night before, was a good example of that. While he still played his shots when the bad ball was there, he looked like he was leaving better, blocking the good ball. So I think this England team in the last year or so are better at soaking up pressure when the going gets tough. But yeah, I think the football team could learn from it. This whole England team has been about a cricket team over the last couple of years. It's all been about good vibes, going out there and expressing yourself. And most importantly, if it doesn't work and still doesn't work, don't worry about it. Go out there and do it again and again and again. Ollie Pope and Zach Crawley are 2 guys who have been under immense pressure. And any other previous England regime, they'd have been dropped 3 times over. Yeah, they stick with them because they trust them. They have full faith in them. Ollie Pope scored the Test 100 in this Test match, and Zach Crawley scores the 62.
Yeah, and Joe Root again, brilliant under pressure. So where do we go now? To Birmingham?
We go to Birmingham. We've actually got quite a big gap, really. We've got a week gap. It starts this time next week. Hopefully, Al, there's talk that Jofra Archer could be available. We got through a 4-day game with Sussex. But Al, I want to say, what genuinely an amazing Test match. I know there's so much talk now in cricket about there's so many franchise leagues and T20 cricket and all that. But watching that, it was 5 days of captivating cricket. And when you go into the final session on day 5 with all 4 results possible, it was the perfect Test match. There was ups, there was downs, Indian control. We had some great hundreds, fifers, drop catches. Amazing atmosphere, the full drama of it, and we got 4 more Test matches against India. We got an Ashes series this winter. Test cricket is good. Test cricket is well and truly
Ashes series, but not a game at Headingley.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, the next home Ashes series, 2 years time. Yeah, controversially taking the Test match away from Headingley. It's going to Southampton, so good for Southampton. But yeah, Headingley's just got. It's got a history of producing great Test matches, great finishes, great atmosphere. But yeah, no, I think it's Southampton in a couple of years' time. We've got that Test match out.
Once again, if it's not broke, don't try and fix it.
Well said, Al. Well said.
All right, Sam. Thank you.
Sam. Have a good one, gents. Have a good show.
Right, still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Find everything you need for your landscaping project in stock and available for delivery. Terms and conditions apply.
So we have a great show on the way for you with loads of great guests you don't want to miss after having Nick Kyrgios. By the way, Gab, he was lovely yesterday.
Yeah, I was listening, yeah.
After having Nick Kyrgios on yesterday in the news that less and less people are watching tennis and rugby today, we'll be asking the question, why does sport seem to be lacking characters and mavericks like Nick in the modern era? Do we need to encourage our sporting stars to have more personalities? Yes. The media's scrutiny to blame? Or is it the pressure from parents to blame? I don't think so. That's the discussion. 03717 223344 is the number you need to get involved. Come on, give us a call. 03717 223344. Also, Gabby will defend Garnacho after his controversial social media post. Will he? That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Join the club and get low trade prices. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
say.
Okay, talkSPORT breakfast. Gabby were alongside me. Now, in the sun this morning, they've announced that Britpop is officially back in style, which is great news for Andy Goldstein, as the wait for his haircut to be back in fashion is over. Only taking 30 years. Other trends we might start seeing. Doc Martens. I loved my Doc.
Back
when
in
I
the
was
day.
at school, when I was young at school, that was every day.
Yes.
Doc Martens.
Yes, everyone had them on.
Lovely.
Rockport,
The
Lacoste.
shell suits, no, not for me, but Doc Martens.
Yes, can't beat a pair of Dr. Martens. What do you wear at school?
We could wear.
Could you wear trainers or not?
You could do when you first went. When you first went, you had to wear your uniform, but the older you got, you could wear what you like.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to wear trainers. Strict. We had to wear shoes, but my shoes, Al, because I play football a lot and I had to walk to school and back. By the end of the school year, mate, the heel, all the rubber had gone off the heel, so they were slanted every year.
Oh, good for you. That's why you can't get around the paddle court now.
That's affected my football. I would have played longer, wasn't it, for that?
So if you want to be cool, this competition is just for you, right? We're giving you a chance to win a pair of Oasis tickets in Manchester. This is July 19th. Yep, you had that right. Oasis Live 25 is sold out, but talkSPORT can get you in. But that's not all. Alongside the tickets, we'll put you up for a night in a hotel and put $5,000 in your back pocket. Lovely. Completely tax-free as well. You don't have to worry about it. Listen up right now for everything you need to know on how to enter. Here we go.
Alright, kid, you have to be over 18 to enter in the UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win a pair of tickets to the most electrifying rock and roll reunion of the century, a hotel stay and $5,000 spending money, all you gotta do is text the word Oasis to 83338 by Monday the 7th of July at 11 p.m. and you'll be entered into the draw to go supersonic this summer. Sorted. Right, here's all the legal stuff. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You've got to have the bill payer's permission or post your name and number to Oasis Prize Draw, PO Box 3190, Colchester, CO2 8GP, to arrive by 5 p.m. on the 10th of July. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full T's and C's at talksport.com.
Okay, 6:52. By the way, I've just what you said earlier. Your tongue's gone. Well, I've not just come back from Ibiza, have I?
Ibiza.
It's not Ibiza. Have you ever had it called Ibiza, Siobhan?
Locals call it that.
We're going to Ibiza.
See? Oh, we're going to
Back
Ibiza.
to the island.
No. That's Barbados, you numpty.
It's not.
We're going to Ibiza.
The original was Barbados.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
110 years ago.
It was. The
What, in the
original was
1900s?
Barbados.
The
What, in
OG was-
1901?
The sunny Caribbean Sea. Oh, so Ibiza's in the Caribbean, isn't it? Right, what you got, Siobhan?
Let's talk about
Couple of numpties here.
You just heard the proof. It's Ibiza.
Yeah, some stupid bird, the young girl got back, changing all the words. Give us a proper one, Ed. Give me the proper one.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, give me typically tropical. Come on.
Girlfriend.
It's much better. Yeah, Caribbean Sea.
Okay, I apologise.
You were right.
Al
This
knows
is
his
the best
Caribbean
one.
more than anyone,
He knows
so
his-
I apologise, Al.
And he knows his music.
Yep, he does.
Don't mess with him again.
Yes.
He's
What
sick
do you say?
of his own. Okay.
Coconut Airways.
Yes, sir.
Coconut Airways. That's how Ibiza, is it? Right, what we got?
Let's talk about Keith Andrews, the new Brentford manager.
Yeah,
well,
good luck.
Brentford have agreed a deal with a set-piece coach to replace Thomas Frank. It's understood that he was very impressive in his interview when Thomas Frank left for Spurs. They finished 10th last season. The set-piece coach obviously has a lot to do. Goals contribute to winning games, blah, blah, blah. Gabs, do you think the set-piece coach can keep progressing as to where they finished last season, though?
I think that the set piece coach makes a difference. You know, one at Villa. He was with Scotland as well, wasn't he? He's with Portugal now. I've met him. He seems like a nice guy. Yeah, knows what he's doing. But I just think Brentford have got to be careful because it's not worked a lot in the past. What they're trying to do. I know he's been a set piece coach, but he's never coached before. He's never been a manager. I mean, like I got some examples here. Steve Keane at Blackburn never coached before. Yeah, got 1 point a game in 74 games. Les Reed at Charlton had 1 week in 6 one win in 6 weeks, and Terry Connor at Wolves had a winless 13-game run. It doesn't really come off well for clubs that do this. Even Thomas Frank, he had experience at Brøndby, he had experience at the Denmark youth teams. For Keith Andrews to have no experience as a coach,
and it's a tough start as well.
Yeah. Assistant's different. As a manager, as you're making them decisions, man, you've got players coming in and moaning at you. You've got players knocking at the door and giving you some. Is he used to that? He's got no experience. To go in at a Premier League club like Brentford, who want to keep pushing for the European places, it could go wrong.
Well, this is what's interesting, is that we heard from Stephen Hunt, who played with Keith Andrews at the Republic of Ireland, and he said that Keith has been doing more than just set pieces. Here you go.
Yeah, listen, like anything, he's not just turned up at Brentford being a set piece coach. He's been coaching for 6-7 years now. I think he started off at MK Dons. He had a really good long stint with Ireland 21s in the Republic of Ireland senior team. So he'd have dealt with some good players in the senior setup at Ireland for sure. And he's well and truly ready for the job. He's obviously, I think, maybe 6-7 years been coaching now, so he's ready to rock, hopefully.
What do you think of that, Al? Do you think he'll get found out pretty quickly, or do you think actually set-piece coaches and background staff have more to do than
I think it's
first believed?
This is a horrible thing to say, but do the players take to him right away? Because if things go wrong, and I've said his first 6 games off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I did look yesterday thinking, it's a tough start. If the players read into him and say, okay, we're with you all the way, I know they should do, but sometimes it doesn't happen like that. If the players don't give their all and believe in him and it goes wrong, let's say he goes the first 4 games with 1 draw and 3 losses, he's under unbelievable pressure.
You know what players are like as well, Al? When especially the players that aren't going to start their first game of the season, how do you keep them on side? Managers have that experience of how to cope with them and get them in the office and what to say to them, but you're going to be like, he was a set-piece coach. Like,
I've heard him talking on Sky, reviewing games and stuff. He's a good speaker.
Forest is the first game of the season. It's Forest away, then it's Villa at home, and then it's Sunderland away, then it's Chelsea at home. So you're right, tough start. And they will. Any manager coming to the Premier League is always under extreme pressure.
He could shock us, though. He could shock us, and he could work out. We don't know his relationship with those players.
You would imagine
maybe they all love him.
Good.
And then it can work. We're guessing really, but from the past, and managers that have done this never managed before and got a Premier League job, it's not worked.
By the way, just only 5 teams in the Premier League scored more goals than Brentford last season. Only 4 teams scored more than their 13 goals from set pieces. So obviously he's got a lot to do with how things work in the system and how they play. And you would think if he's been given the job, obviously he's a good character around about Brentford. The players seem to like him. For them, it's been seen as a no-brainer. But you wonder, as some people saying online, it might be an unambitious appointment from the club. Do you have to trust them that they're doing the right thing in order of progression, or do you seem uninspired?
Wow, the proof is in the pudding. First 6 games, see how it goes. Simple as that.
And we talked earlier, didn't we? Like it just says about maybe give a great interview. Alex McLeish at Villa got Birmingham City relegated straight away, got the Villa job because he'd done a great interview for Randy Lerner, the owner. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes if you put across what your plans are, sometimes these owners can say, yeah, well, okay. Maybe he had a great interview, Keith Andrews.
Gets the chance.
Yes. I hope so.
Good luck to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming up, Gabby says Liam Delap's aim will be making England's World Cup squad. But will he be Chelsea starter next season? It looks as if he'll get a start because of a red card.
Yes.
Jackson. So he's going to play the first game, probably. We'll discuss that next.
Chelsea will be looking to progress to the last 16 of the Club World Cup during the wee hours of Wednesday morning. They're up against AES Tunis in Philadelphia and need to avoid defeat to make it through. But Enzo Maresca says it's been almost impossible to train because of the heat in the States.
Now we are trying just to save energy for the game. This morning session has been very, very, very short. Has been just about tomorrow game, plan for tomorrow, and that's it. No more than that, because as you can see, it's quite difficult to, it's not easy with this condition, with this temperature, but we are going to try to do our best.
While Nicholas Jackson's been banned for 2 games at the tournament following his red card against Flamengo, elsewhere a former United manager is keen to bring a current United outcast to Turkey. Jose Mourinho wants Jadon Sancho at Fenerbahce. talkSPORT's Ben Jacobs says the Turkish giants are battling Napoli for the winger.
My understanding is that Jose Mourinho and Sancho have had a face-to-face Zoom or whatever appropriate technology they use, and they've spoken about this project. And then financially speaking, Fenerbahce have got big budget. We're really seeing Turkish clubs be ambitious this summer. We know that Galatasaray won the race for Leroy Sané, but Fenerbahce were there, and the same kind of salary offered to Sané is available to Sancho.
It's understood Fenerbahce are also after lead stopper Elan Meslier. We understand Keith Andrews has agreed to become Brentford's new head coach. Darren Bent believes it's a risk, but a calculated one.
You want someone who has obviously got that managerial experience before, that maybe had even managed in the Premier League before, but the fact they've opted for this route, someone at the club must have gone, do you know what, he's good enough. Because surely you do your homework. And Brentford's a club, I think, when they do their homework in terms of managers, because you had the Thomas Frank with the Dean Smith, and then he took over. He's definitely one of those when I look at Brentford Football Club, in terms of transfers, in terms of recruitment, appointments, in terms of staff, they're quite meticulous in what they do. It's never just off the cuff, is it?
This as Middlesbrough have confirmed the appointment of Rob Edwards as their new head coach on a 3-year contract. There's more online at talksport.com.
Past 7, talkSPORT Breakfast with the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby's alongside me. Now on the way for you this morning, the best quiz of radio is back today, and one of the listeners will be taking on Gabby. Stay tuned to find out how it could be you if you want. We're going to be joined by a legendary hard man, brilliant guy as well, Ray Winstone, to find out if he's expecting his beloved West Ham to challenge for Europe next season. Have they bought anyone yet? I'm not sure they have. We'll be reacting to Baseball pulling off yet another miracle yesterday with 2-time Ashes winner Stevie Harmison, and asking if the England football team could learn anything from the cricketers. And one of the stars of Wrexham's rise from non-league to the Championship, Paul Mullen will tell us why he swapped Wales for Wigan. All that and so much more to come. Now though, could a former tractor boy be in for a big season in the Blues of Chelsea?
Got a bit of aura. He's got a physicality about him.
Chelsea have completed the £30 million signing of Ipswich Town striker Liam Delap.
I think he's missed a step. Being in at the lower level of the Prem and then jumping down to Chelsea or want to compete.
Oh, I think he's a good player. I think if he's put into the right framework, he'll be a top player. Now, whether that environment is Chelsea, we'll see. I think it possibly could be.
Great chance for Delap, and Liam Delap has his first Chelsea goal. And it was a brilliant finish.
It's all about getting your first goal, and he's got that under his belt, so I'm delighted for him. Lovely finish.
It was a great finish. Liam scoring his first Chelsea goal as the Blues qualified for the knockout stages of the Club World Cup with a win over ES Tunis. They'll probably make changes now. It's brutally hot. Here's Liam speaking to Chelsea TV after the game.
We knew we had to win tonight to get through, and we're all happy that we're into the next stage.
And pleased to get your first goal for the club.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's a really happy feeling. Hopefully it's the first time in it.
Can you talk us through it as well? It was a great finish and great move.
I spoke to Enzo, and he told me when he gets the ball to just run, and it was a great pass, and luckily it went in.
How much are you enjoying playing for Chelsea and leading the line at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I just love playing football, and to play for such a good team, it's a great feeling.
He's been a little bit. He's not saying how good a goal that was, because he had a lot in that goal. His strength.
Yes.
He's turned the defender who was right close to him, using his strength. He's brushed him aside. He's got on his left foot. He's gone to hit it. He's just come inside on his right, and then he's hardly looked at the ball. He's looking at the keeper, and he strokes it past him. It was a quality goal.
It's a quality goal, and yes, poor team he's playing against. He's got to do that against better opposition. But he proved last season, 12 goals in 37 games in the Premier League for Ipswich. It shows he can score goals at the highest level. Now he's going to get better service, and I think his future is going to be very bright at Chelsea and the national team.
Because you can tell right away he's a nice guy.
Yes, looks like a good kid.
Right, let's look back on Liam Delap getting his first Chelsea goal, as well as the Blues qualifying for the last 16 of the Club World Cup with a man who lifted the FA Cup with the club back in '97. Morning, Scott Minto. Scott, how are we, pal?
Morning, Scotty.
Morning, Al. Morning, Gabs.
Morning, pal.
That was a nice goal, Scott, wasn't it? Had a bit of everything in it.
Do you know what, Al? You took the words out of my mouth, but I mean, both of you have done that before. I certainly haven't, but it had a bit of everything, didn't it? He positioned himself in the right way. He was able to get away from the defender with a bit of strength. Great bit of skill, as Gary was saying, just chopping on one side and coming into the inside, and then just a wonderful finish. And do you know what? Although that's his first goal already, and obviously he had minutes in match day 1 and match day 2, I've just been really impressed with him. I still think it's difficult to judge someone in pre-season, and as Gabby said, we'll wait and see against stronger opposition. But he's got the ability,
yes.
He's got the mental strength as well. It's just a question of Chelsea getting the very best out of him and using him. And with what happened with Nicholas Jackson, of course, in the last game, it's almost guaranteed that he's going to be the starter for Chelsea. I mean, Nicholas Jackson is banned for the first match of the Premier League season anyway, but he's heading towards being that first choice for sure.
You need competition, though, Scott. It's going to help Nicholas Jackson. If he starts the season and Delap's took his place, he knows there's no point sulking. When you get a chance, you've got to be more clinical. And I'm sure Liam Delap, he's not here to be second choice. He looks like a confident kid. He'll be looking at the World Cup next year. Can I be the main man for Chelsea and force my way into the manager's plans for England?
Well, that's the whole reason why he's not in the Euros under 21s, isn't it? So he can do really well for Chelsea. He can become that number one, first of all. Then he can have the good season and wrestle his way into the senior squad. And actually, he could well make Nicholas Jackson a better player as well, just by that competition. So, look, Chelsea have, obviously, this particular competition at the moment. They're going to be tired going into the Premier League. There's the Premier League and the Champions League to combine, whereas last season it was the Conference League. And with respect, playing against League One sides. So there's going to have to be rotation.
Yes.
So I genuinely think it looks good for Chelsea in that way. The other alternative is, of course, and I've been a defender of Nicholas Jackson, is if you try and sell him, then Brett, get another striker in, perhaps someone who's a little bit more senior and ready-made. And, then you're fighting the likes of Gyökeres and maybe even Šeško as well, or Victor Osimhen. So it's interesting to see what Chelsea are going to do.
What about, it's interesting you said that, Scott, they're going to be tired at the start of the season. That's no good, is it? If people are hoping that Chelsea are going to challenge next season for the Premier League. So is it a case of let's go so far in this competition, we don't have to win it, and, let's go as far as we can, but resting some of our top players in view of the start of the Premier League and Champions League. I know there's a lot of money at stake here, 120 million quid, but at the same time, I don't know. I think, the players do need a rest in the close season.
Al, if you look at the team selection of Enzo Maresca so far, and especially in this game, where if it had gone wrong, then Chelsea would have been out, and the knives would have been out for Maresca for sure. He made 8 changes in this match, so it was almost like I don't want to say a reserve side, but a second 11. There's absolutely, in his mind, he is rotating here. 36 degrees heat, the humidity. He's not trying to beast the players. They got the result. They're now second in the group, which ironically enough, they're now on the opposite side to PSG, Bayern Munich, and probably Real Madrid. So there's a chance they could go even further. They're up against another one of my old sides, Benfica, so I'm looking forward to watching that one for sure.
Yeah. So it made me laugh, Scotty, when I seen Nkunku, when I woke up this morning, checked, Nkunku had started, I'm like, these managers, they know how to play the game, don't they? They know that Nkunku is not part of his plans. He's looking at maybe a rumour of a swap with Garnacho. He's like, let me get Nkunku back from the dead, show teams that he's still alive and he still can play. He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? And managers do it a lot, don't they, Scotty?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? It's the right thing to do, Gab.
Yeah,
I mean, one, you're trying to keep a player on board for now. 2, you've got the rotation. But 3, you are basically putting him in the shop window. Yes. I will be shocked if he's still a Chelsea player once the transfer window closes. It's not happened for him. Obviously, first of all, with injury, and then I thought he was just not great, to be honest with you. His attitude didn't seem right. So I'll be surprised if he is a Chelsea player going into next season. Excuse me. But again, he's keeping players fresh. He's now on what's seemingly the right side of the draw, although let's not discount the South Americans and especially the Brazilian teams, because if you look at the tables, they're actually doing really well. But also going forward, what you were saying, I think if anyone expects Chelsea to be where they've been a year ago, to then finish 4th and win the Europa Conference, to then combine the Premier League and the Champions League with the mindset that the hierarchy have, where they're still going for youngsters all the time, I would absolutely all day long take the final place of the Champions League place this time next season for sure.
Yeah. And then, I'm not saying burnout, but you get the World Cup coming up soon as well. Some of these players are going to be cream crackered. If Chelsea have a big year next year, what are they going to be like? The players are up for selection for World Cup.
No.
It's, you've got to look at the players. But they earn loads of money, apparently,
to Sir Simon Jordan, but they earn loads of money, so just get on with it, Scotty. It's not an issue. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's going to be sort of over 2 years of these players playing, non-stop. And Gab, look, when people say that, and of course they're earning a lot of money, and you do what you're told at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I want to see football players in a big tournament do things that I could only dream of doing, let alone sort of people who actually never played professional football. That's what we want. We want the players to peak at the right time, which is probably why the Qatar World Cup was so good, because it was in the middle of the season. But you've got this particular competition now in heat and humidity. This time next year, heat and humidity. So I'm a little bit worried for the World Cup next year, but let's worry about that a little bit further down the line.
Nice one, Scott. Have a good day. Thank you. Scott Minto there. Coming up, we're going to turn our attention to why sports today seems to lack characters and mavericks. Where are the Gazas, the McEnroes, the Joe Marlers? That's next on talkSPORT. Okay, 7:20. The two numpties were up to their usual tricks again last night. Shock. You won't believe this, but a certain Mr. Cundy admitted something rather shocking. Have a listen to this.
I had a friend of mine who was a captain of a boat, right? And this boat was on the south of France with my ex-wife. So I went out there with my holiday and my two boys. Yeah. We stayed off the Cap d'Antibes, right? Yeah. So we anchored off there. The captain was one of my mates. So one night, my ex-wife and my two boys went downstairs. Yeah. And they're sleeping in this yacht. Yeah. Well, it wasn't a yacht. It was a big old whatever it was, right? Yeah. Right. Well, then I said to my mate, "What's that over there?" She said, "That's Nice." I'm like, "Can we get there?" Got rid of the speedboat, went all the way over.
No, you didn't.
All the way in the middle of the dark. Went over Nice, partied in Nice.
No,
right?
you didn't.
I swear on my life, this is true. I swear on my life.
Yeah.
Got there, partied, got back, couldn't find our boat. About half hour later, find the boat. Got back on the boat. Yeah. Went to bed. The ex-missus never found out.
Never knew.
Never knew.
Never knew anything about it.
Never knew anything.
She does now.
Yeah, that's a great part of the world. Cap d'Antibes, very nice. Then the Cap Ferrat's another nice place.
I enjoyed Nice as well. Lovely.
Did you? Cannes nice.
Yes.
But I remember going there. I used to
Expensive
go there every year.
though,
Ages ago, it was 20 quid a bed.
Yeah.
And that was in the hotel, never mind on the beach. You're staying at the hotel, they charge you for the bed by the pool.
I'm hearing as well, I didn't party in Ibiza, whatever you want to call it, but they said that it's like €10 a water, some of the nightclubs.
Yeah. Well, that's the clubs. You're too old for that.
I know. I don't go clubs. I'm saying, even if you don't want to drink, you're going out, you need a water, it's hot in the club, it's going to cost you €10 a water.
Just have a beer instead.
Be much cheaper.
Yes.
Right, good story, but you're going to get found out, Cundy. There's no doubt about it. She will find out. Right, Shaban is back. Shaban.
By the way, saying that Gabs is too old to go to the clubs in Ibiza, Scott Minto, who you were just speaking to, still goes.
Yeah, but Scott looks young.
Right, got you. There you go. That's your massive insult of the day then.
And Scott gets round the paddle court.
You know what, Al? A message just coming here. I don't know if this is true. Can you let Mr. Brazil know that Goodman's in Canary is closing at the end of the week? An end of an era. It's a great restaurant and Mr. Brill's favourite, Mick.
Oh.
Well, Mick, my favourite is Goodman Old Jury.
Okay.
Between Bank and St Paul's.
The one you took me?
Yeah, but I have been to Goodman Canary.
Shame, isn't it?
It is a shame because nice people run it, you know.
What do you take over? Keep it alive?
No.
Oh, yeah, it gets... Yeah.
You and Jill?
Go on then.
No. But I might slip into Goodman today just for an aperitif because it's Enzo's birthday.
Yeah, you deserve it, mate. You worked hard this week.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% at the moment.
What makes a good boozer?
This is a restaurant with a great bar.
Oh, okay.
I think it's people who go in there and the staff. The staff, very much so. Obviously, the beer and wine's got to be good, but the staff and the people who go in, friendly people, regular people. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's like Cheers, isn't it? On telly. Making your way in the world today means everything you got. I walk in, it's like, ow, not Cliff. Oi, Norm.
Cliff.
See, he's more used to the Shard life, so it's not the same kind of vibe, is it?
Gabby claims he's one of the... one of the Brummies, is he? Hey. Gabby feels he should have been born in Beverly Hills. Not Brown Hills, Beverly Hills.
When was the last time you were out in the town in Birmingham, just doing the normal guy stuff?
What's normal? What do you mean, out?
Yeah, a normal restaurant, normal pub.
Oh, normal restaurants all the time. Yeah, of course.
Cool.
One of the people, Siobhan, listen to him.
Michelin star?
Listen to him.
Okay.
Miles off it. Miller and Carter, get yourself there. Lovely.
By the way, your man Nick Kyrgios, did you guys pencil a little date in the diary?
Top guy. Yeah. Nice guy. Really liked him.
So he's going to be hopefully joining us on talkSPORT more often for Wimbledon coming up.
Well, I'll get him out. He reckons he likes a night out. Yeah.
Imagine Nick Kyrgios gets Braziled. That'd be great.
Well, I think I could do him in a rally. Don't worry about
that. So he's known as the bad boy of tennis. We spoke about this so much yesterday. He's outspoken sometimes.
By the way, he's a big lump. He's tall, isn't he?
Did you say he was a Celtic fan? No, he's a Spurs fan.
No.
Celtic's hat.
Ange.
Yeah, he was outside of Wayne McCoy stop. He had Celtic hat and Celtic t-shirt. Boston
Celtics, huh?
That's his sport.
We'll take it. So he's sometimes not got what the etiquette of the club would approve of, which I actually think makes him really interesting. And some people see him as a maverick of tennis.
Seen his results against the big boys.
Well,
he's beaten them all.
The only player in his first meeting to beat the likes of Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer. It's obviously an extremely talented guy.
And I think he took a match off Andy Murray as well, I think.
Mm-hmm. And also then...
Or Sir Andy before he tells me off.
Sir Andy, absolutely that. They do say that tennis and rugby are losing viewers, Al, that they're trying to relate with the younger audience. Do you think there's a lack of mavericks now in sport?
No, there's a lack of mavericks, full stop.
Yes. But why though? Because the media will hammer them. You talk about Kyrgios there. I remember when he was getting slated on every media channel possible. Oh, you can't do that in tennis. You can't do that. Do you remember me talk about Joe Marler? What a character he was for the sport of rugby. Football. Look at Garnacho. He wears Rashford's shirt and it's like, whoa, the world's got to stop.
That's not Maverick. Please do not compare
No,
Garnacho
I'm not saying that.
Maverick.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like he does something like that and we're on him straight away. If someone wants to be a Maverick, everyone will put him down. Of course they would.
But I wouldn't be on him. I'd be saying, what are you wearing that for? I wouldn't.
That's you. But if you listen to this channel for the last few days, it's like, boom, boom, boom. It's like he's wearing Rashford's shirt. Get over it. What's the issue? He's not wearing a Liverpool top. Yeah, but he's not wearing a Liverpool top. They're rivals.
No, I know.
What's the problem?
He's wearing Rashford's top, and we know Rashford's the one who's heading out the door at Man United, as is Garnacho. It's like that little team.
So we
stick together. Maybe
they're buddies. Maybe it looks up to them.
They are buddies. They are buddies.
So
he's not done that out of the goodness of his heart.
So if Rashford's leaving and Garnacho's leaving, then why can't he?
He's done it to be a wind up.
But why can't he? Why can't he wear that? If Man United don't want him, what's he meant to do? Just.
So you would see that as a maverick approach?
Not a maverick approach. I'm just saying in general.
I think lack of mavericks, not just in sport. I think it's the young generation coming up now. You're not allowed to say this. You're not allowed to do this.
Agreed.
The people take pictures all the time on their phones. They're killing the enjoyment of life for me.
Any maverick that would want to come out, they're going to get put down. They're going to get like, oh, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. No. That's the problem we've got now. Everyone's got to be goody two shoes. So I don't think you will get one coming out soon in rugby or tennis.
Yeah, no, to be fair, you make a good point that even myself, I think Garnacho, like a little naff when he was doing that on social media. And if you are trying to have the crack and play into it, and almost seen as if, who cares kind of thing, and play into that kind of maverick type role. And he's young, and he might learn the hard way.
Yeah, he's like a little kid, isn't he? 20.
See, for instance, right, I'll give you a little instance. Jason Cundy, I found that amusing. When they're in a boat off the Cap Ferrat, and his kids go down with Lizzie, I think it is, his ex, and he says, "What's that with them lights over there?" Now, for me, that's a bit of fun.
Yes,
but there'll be goody two shoes out there saying
that's not funny. You can't do that.
That is so unprofessional.
Yes.
That's dangerous. You going out at night, all them boats about, leaving your wife, your two kids on.
Some of them Karens will be like, you can't do that. Or leave the lights alone. Leave the lights alone.
Social media is spoiling everything, really. Like, I mean, everything can be misinterpreted. You look at all the media training that goes on at clubs now, and in every sport, you have to be media trained before you speak to the press, and it strips away their character and their personality, what people love about them, which and sometimes is what made them successful in the first place, or made them get to where they are, whereas Nick Kyrgios hasn't gone through that.
I remember when I'd done an interview after a game, I think we played West Brom, and someone in the media was saying, you're going to leave here, you're going to live there, and I've swore on the interview.
Well, I'll give you a classic example,
no media training, just spoke my mind.
So when you do little after dinners or lunches and you tell a few funny stories about players you played with and games you played in and how you missed training, or what did you do after you got the winner, or stuff like that. A guy said to me the other day, you lot are the last of a dying breed. It's not going to happen anymore.
No.
These top Premiership players now, do you think they're going to do that, play golf days and
there's no stories to tell?
It's all changing. It's all changing, and no one's going to tell me it's changing for the better.
Totally agree.
There you go.
Nice.
7:29, and say what you like about him in social media. Don't care.
Marcus Rashford failing upwards? The unwanted United forward is apparently wanted on loan by none other than Barcelona. However, it's understood the Old Trafford top brass would rather sanction a permanent sale. Our resident stand-in transfer guru, Ollie Klink, wonders if Rashford would even get on the pitch for the Spanish Giants.
Firstly, you've got Rafinha on that left-hand side. Then they're still looking to bring in Nico Williams. And then they'd be bringing in Rashford. I'd still argue that you do get the best out of Rashford when he plays on that left-hand side rather than through the middle. So whether Flick thinks he can reinvent that side of Rashford, that's the only way I can see him getting regular game time in this Barcelona side.
Liam Delap's off the mark for Chelsea as the Blues secured their place in the last 16 of the Club World Cup. Their new number 9 bagged the second in a 3-0 win over ES Tunis. Meanwhile, John Textor may be out of Palace, but Lyon fans want him out of France. It's after Lyon were relegated from the French top flight over money troubles. French football expert Julien Laurens says Textor has been a disgraceful owner.
The way he ran that club to the ground, really, because to the point that being relegated now in the second division because your debts are so high and you can't actually offer a proper plan to just deal with it and deal with the money that you're losing season after season. When you sack managers, when you employ wrong people, when you sack director of football, all of that.
Okay, 25 minutes to 8. Gab, just on Wimbledon, briefly.
Yes.
Have you been in Wimbledon as a guest? No. Do you want to?
I've always fancied it, but something's always come up around that time.
Like what?
When I was playing, you was back for pre-season.
No.
Yeah.
When's Wimbledon start?
I'm sure Wimbledon's ended. Well, it hasn't started yet, has it? You're back July the 1st. You're back on July the 1st, so you miss out on that. And since I retired, different things have come up.
Like what?
Okay, I'll tell the truth. I can't get a ticket. Why you say you can get me a ticket out?
Yeah, a Grand Prix, Silverstone.
I've never been to a Grand Prix either.
I've been Grand Prix, but not Silverstone.
Yeah, I want to go to the one that looks good is Hungary one. Nice and open, you can see it properly. So I'll probably try that one.
Spa's a good one as well.
Yes.
Right, Monaco's the best. Not for the race, but well,
other stuff.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online, all with a few clicks. They make buying your next car easy. Time now to get a Qatar Airways Lions update. I'm looking forward to this, by the way, in partnership with Tenamen.
Qatar Airways Lions Tour Roundup on talkSPORT with coverage sponsored by Tenamen. Upgrade your protection with Tenamen. Find out more at tenamen.co.uk.
Now, the tour is renowned for bringing together players who would usually be rivals, both at international and club level. And in the Sun this morning, we've spotted the headline, L of a Shock. Irishman Dan Sheehan has admitted after joining up with him at the Lions he was surprised to find that England's Ellis Genge is not a bad person, although Dan may have used a slightly harsher word. He's a top player, I know that. Obviously, they're usual rivals in the Six Nations. Gabs, which player did you get on with surprisingly well on England duty that, you know, when you play against them, there's a bit of verbo and a bit of take that, leave your left foot in?
Do you know who I thought from playing against him wouldn't be nice? Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard. But they were bang on, like spoke to you at all times, helped you through the England camps. I think sometimes when you're playing against rivals or you're playing against players that you think aren't nice people on the pitch, off the pitch, different people.
But did they not, when you say they helped you, would they not have stepped in quickly and said, Gab, go back upstairs and take your flip-flops off?
That's Capello, weren't it? Honestly, mate. My first squad. Come down for a bloody breakfast. There's me with my flip-flops on.
Yeah, but
you've got to rest your feet.
Yeah, but you've got corns and stuff like that. People try to have their corn flakes. And you come down, you know, it looks as if you've just walked 2 marathons with them feet.
You know, it's funny though, Al, because I come down to the canteen. I remember we stayed at the Grove Hotel, and he's like, Agbonlahor, upstairs. Trainers, socks. I'm like, what's going on here?
You say Agbonlahor?
Yeah, surname. Yeah, Agbonlahor, upstairs. And I've got upstairs, got my slippers off, socks and trainers on, come down, thumbs up. Then I sat down, this is the second part that's funny, sat down, first squad, 21 or whatever. Can I have some butter, please? Can I have some toast? And the waitress has gone, no butter. Pointing to the manager, and I've gone, what's going on here? And I didn't know you weren't allowed butter. Then we had dinner, and he was like, no, you can't have tomato ketchup. Manager, no, Fabio, proper strict.
And yet they'd run you not buy everyone pizzas and stuff like that.
No, but what did happen is later on in England, we stayed at the Grove Hotel. One of the lads, with some help, got everyone McDonald's, and we're eating it in the room, Al. It tasted good. All that Italian food to the side.
So the British and Irish Lions take on the Western Force this Saturday live. I watch this, and exclusively on talkSPORT. Coverage starting from 11 a.m. Whilst every day this week over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear Lions Uncaged, as we bring you everything you need to know from the Lions camp, including exclusive interviews, breaking news, and some of the behind-the-scenes stories that you won't be able to hear anywhere else. Now, don't forget, we're also going to be bringing you live commentary of all 3 test matches, plus the warm-up games, and talkSPORT's the only place on national radio we can follow all of the Lions action. That was all thanks to our friends at Tenor Men.
Qatar Airways Lions Tour Roundup on talkSPORT with coverage sponsored by Tenor Men. Upgrade your protection with Tenor Men. Find out more at tenormen.co.uk.
Right now, could we be seeing Marcus Rashford? Could this happen? Playing alongside the brilliant, hugely talented Yamal at Barcelona. John is now for latest is talkSPORT's transfer reporter, Ollie Klink. Ollie, morning.
Good morning, Ollie.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Ollie, have you made this up or what?
No, we understand now that Barcelona are exploring a loan move for Marcus Rashford. Obviously, Rashford's one of Manchester United's highest paid players. He's on in excess of 350 grand a week. So a loan is probably their only option at the moment, Manchester United, because, you know, him going permanently somewhere, the chances of that are pretty slim. We understand that the Barca manager, Hansi Flick, thinks that because Rashford's so versatile, that makes him quite an attractive proposition. But the strange thing about this, I would say, is he would be in addition to their other top target, which is Nico Williams, who's left winger from Athletic Bilbao. So
very good.
If Rashford did go there, Al, you'd have Rafinha there, who's also very good. You'd potentially have Nico Williams. So it'd be a lot of competition, wouldn't it, for Rashford to get
unless he's thinking needs replacement for Lewandowski through the middle.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is, as much as Rashford can play there, would you agree, Gabby, that he is better on the left-hand side? Of course, you saw him at Villa on loan last season. But also, did you see enough from Rashford to think that he would get a move to Barca?
At times he was outstanding, but at times he was, I thought, quite lazy, looked not interested, doing what he was doing at Manchester United. I prefer him off that left-hand side, but maybe he's looking at it, Ollie, as, you know what? I wasn't guaranteed to start at Aston Villa. I got myself into the starting lineup. Maybe at Barcelona with injuries, like Alan said, Lewandowski's a year older. Maybe he can force his way in, and he must understand he's not guaranteed to start. So maybe Barcelona look at it as well and say, we can't afford a transfer fee. We don't want to give him a 4-year contract, but maybe if they can pay £200,000 a week towards his wages, maybe that's something they can afford, and as backup, it's a good option, I think.
Yeah, that is true. The only thing I would say is with a World Cup round the corner, you'd imagine Rashford might want to play his way into that.
Agreed.
So he might be keen for a bit more game time, but you know he did the job at Aston Villa in terms of playing his way into that starting 11. There was a lot of competition there, but it's just some of those names. It would be interesting to see as well whether if Barca do get Nico Williams, whether they do then extend and get Rashford as well. But at the moment, we understand that they are exploring that and that they do potentially want him in addition to Williams as well.
Ollie, remind me, I meant to say to you yesterday, I'm clearing my garage out at the moment and I've got a few spare pictures and photographs. Because are you in a basement or something?
I'm in your garage, Al. I'm cleaning it out, yeah.
Well, there's something going on here, like, honestly. Looks as if a mummy's going to walk past in a moment.
Rent's expensive in London now, honestly. You wouldn't believe how much I'm paying for this.
Ollie, there's a lot of clubs that are quite quiet, aren't they? Aston Villa, not done anything. I mean, Newcastle tried to get a Lallana,
what about West Ham, by the way? Because Ray Winston's coming on later. West Ham have done nothing.
But I think, do you agree, Ollie? It's because of the PSR. I think it starts, is it July the 1st? Clubs are doing stuff behind the scenes to try and make things happen, and we might see a busy week coming up.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, definitely, Gabby. I think I saw the other day that Newcastle are chatting to James Trafford, but they're just waiting to do that deal that they can do it past that deadline for PSR. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much if you're a fan of Villa or Newcastle. We brought the news yesterday that the Newcastle have had that bid rejected of about 45 million for Anthony Elanga. I think Forest want north of 60 million, but I would expect this to get a bit busier once that PSR deadline passes.
Yeah, Ollie, nice one. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
I'll let you go on with your cleaning. Still to come on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. From excavators to skips or cement mixers to pressure washers, Travis Perkins Hire has all your landscaping needs covered.
You're simply the best.
Better than all the rest. Come on out. Better than anyone. Bettina, come on.
I got edge-free tickets for Southend on the night.
Come on now, you can't not.
What's happened to Motley?
So would you not listen to any Tina Turner song?
Yeah,
at all.
Of course I do.
Okay, thank you, mate. Come on.
Of course I do.
Tina's a legend.
But this just reminds me, you know.
Yeah, but you can't put that aside. It's a great song. No?
It was a great song.
So if this come on at a wedding, would you just be like, on a downer?
I'd go and get another round then. The best quiz on radio returns today, and we're giving it. Rod gave me a right rollicking.
I know, because you said something quite not nice.
No,
we can't repeat it, can we?
No. I said, nah. Listen,
you weren't nice about Tina.
She was an entertainer. Don't worry about that.
But you said something quite not nice, didn't you?
No, I called her an old trout. The best quiz on radio returns today, and we're giving the listeners a chance to take on Gabby. We've had enough inviting the likes of the Chunk and Goldstein to the show, so every day throughout the summer, we'll pit one of you against the Brainbox, Gabby Agbonlahor. We've opened the phone lines, and the first person to call up with the right answer to the next question will be today's opponent. So 03717 22 3344, that's the number. And the question is, how many balls are on the table at the start of a game of snooker? How many balls are on the table at the start of a game of snooker? If you think you know the answer and are free at 8:45 this morning, give us a call now. Once again, the question is, all right, how many balls are on the table at the start of a game of snooker? Fastest with the right answer wins. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins. Go on, Tina.
What tune?
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. It's easy to hire at Travis Perkins with a Travis Perkins trade account.
Just a quickie, Gab. So Tina's her partner. What was his name and what was the big hit?
No idea.
No,
no idea, mate.
Ike and Tina Turner. Nutbush City Limits.
Okay.
That was another.
He wasn't great though, was he? Wasn't a good guy, was he?
No, he treated her badly.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
According to reports.
Reports, yeah.
No, but I remember that. That was 70s, was it? Yeah, 70s. Nutbush City Limits.
Yeah, she was a legend, mate. She's definitely not an old trout. She's a legend. You're joking.
Come on, give us a break. I'm not kidding.
Of course.
Right, this is talkSPORT Breakfast, 7:50. Gabby is with me. Je t'aime, Gabby. Before the break, I asked the question, how many balls are on the table at the start of a game of snooker? The answer, of course, is...
20.
A lot of people would have got this wrong.
21. I'm not including the white.
No, the white ball's on the table.
I'm not including it, mate.
It's 22.
Okay, but...
The white ball's on the table.
But some people are saying 21.
No, it's 22.
Okay.
If you go in a snooker hall and you go up to the table, right?
Yeah.
You rack them up, take the rack off. The white ball's on the table, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not in the rack though, is it?
I didn't. So the green, yellow, and brown are not in the rack. You tube. The reds are in the rack. You've never played snooker, have you?
No.
15 red
22.
balls, one black, one pink, one brown, one blue, one green, one yellow, and one white. The first person who called up with the right answer was Sam, who's a Toffee and Everton fan, and will take on Gabby in Simply the Best at 8:45.
Good luck, Sam.
Sam, it's made your day, Sam. You will breeze it. Time now for this.
Stick a load of singles in there and then they fall in love.
Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
A 36-year-old, you'll have the knockers, she will.
Just because it's offering its teat, do I really have to muscle on that?
Is there anything in your personal life that could be causing you stress, sir?
I'm not a great lover.
Hello. Oh. What's your name?
Sarah Louise.
Sarah Louise. Fuck, you're up for it, aren't you?
I was in love at the time. That's what I was doing.
At the time.
Okay, here we go. Shaban, what we got?
Well, I'm nearly 35, therefore I've nearly got the knockers.
Yeah, Al, you say some bad stuff then on that package. So you get away with that?
No, it's the way they package it all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
They try and stitch you up at the...
No, not now and again, they are good.
Sometimes.
Long, hot summer ahead for those on the apps, Tinder especially. If you're looking for a match, you swipe right. If you want to ghost somebody and move on, it's left.
With a picnic.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Fancy.
It's not hard, is it? Just
No, it's lazy.
Get out
Tinder.
there. Hey, go to your local calf. Never mind.
Calf.
So say...
You can't meet someone in a calf?
I doubt it.
What? Why?
Oh, we're baiting eggs all down her face. And then a teacup with a bag still in it.
Oh, God. That might attract people. Someone eating that egg on their face.
Maybe. Certainly not me.
It's a good thing that you're happily married then, isn't it? Say you do get a match on Tinder. There's a date.
Yeah.
Top tips for your first date?
Top tips are be yourself. Hopefully you've got a funny personality, because the ladies like men that can make them laugh. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah.
What if you haven't, Gab?
Then you're in trouble, mate.
Do you take a
You've got to think of some jokes.
Do you pay for the first date?
Yes.
Does the men still pay for the first date?
Are we allowed to say? Are we allowed to comment? Are we getting in trouble? If I say yes, we might get in trouble.
No, a man should pay all the time.
You can't say that, mate.
No, you can't say it.
Oh, nowadays.
Can't do that.
Women can't pay.
How you can't do that, mate?
I didn't say women can't pay. It's chivalrous and nice to say, I'm getting this, don't worry, I've invited you, I'm getting this. What's wrong with that? How can that be woke?
Well, why can't you just half it?
No, I'm not splitting bills.
Let her get her wallet out.
No. You really get married and then let them pay.
I wouldn't mind going on a date with you, to be fair.
You tell me you should split bills with Jamie.
I don't care for, like, I always wanted to pay my side of it as well.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Not my side of it, but I would always...
Who paid all your bills when you had dinner or a sandwich?
We did it both. We're a team.
I used to let girls pay.
If you work as well, then I'm a bit like, it's...
I think it's good to let girls pay sometimes.
A man just feel has to...
When the bill comes, I'd say...
I don't think it's fair.
You sort that, yeah?
No.
I don't want him feeling like, I need to take her out again and pay again. Like, or if I'm feeling a bit broke this month, then I don't think it's fair.
Well, to be honest, you say I can't afford it.
So then what do you do? Just stay at home, watch my Netflix?
Yeah.
I think you should let the lady pay, mate. Equal rights, Al.
He's at the wind up, don't
let him pay, mate.
No, you don't let him pay.
Okay, swipe right for a match of any of these players to these clubs. Jacob Ramsey to Newcastle, age 24. Midfield dynamo, could be bringing some dazzle to St James Park. In Birmingham, I bring grit to Villa, but for £30 million, I can make all your Geordie dreams come true.
You say 30?
30 million?
What's that for, like, per year? 30?
30 million is the reported number, no?
No way. They're selling Jacob Ramsey, they're going to want 60s, 70s, so forget about it, left. Let's move on. Don't ruin the section, man.
Okay.
30 million?
30 million is the number I've got. The reported number of Jacob Ramsey, no? They would take 30 million. According to talkSPORT. Age 23, Anthony Elanga to Newcastle. With my fast feet and knack for assists, swipe right for a wing wizard. Hello. Scored 6, assisted 11 last season. Newcastle's bid of 45 million shows that I am hot property. Could cost you 60 million. I might be a Swede, but I'm certainly no turn up. Left or right?
I like it. I think he's a top
60
player.
60 mil.
He's a top player.
He's quick.
I'd say Alanga's more 60 mil than Jacob Ramsey.
I'd agree. Yeah, I think what he's done last season, Alanga, he was electric. He was getting assists and goals as well, adding to his game. And I think, imagine Newcastle with Alanga on the right and Gordon on the left. I'm going to go right for that transfer.
How much is Gordon worth now?
Oh, it's got to be 70, 80, hasn't he, at least? So you fancy a bit of that, Al?
What?
Swiping?
Are you swiping?
No.
Still thinking about splitting the bill, aren't you?
No.
He's
thinking, what could I say? Do I split the bill for the last 50 years? What could I do with that money? Another house in Marbella?
In fairness, it was different back in the day, but I definitely think
let them pay,
women want to pay now.
Let
Men
pay,
want women to pay now.
I do, yeah.
You'd honestly love a date with me. I'd have you covered.
What?
I'd have you covered, big man.
You Scottish money?
Yeah. We're meant to be tight, apparently. Jordan Henderson to Nottingham Forest. How are we feeling about this? Age 35, midfield general. He brings the leadership, laser passes,
I don't want to ever go at Jordan, because Jordan... People, when he first went to Kennybaum, I think Kennybottom, when he first went to Anfield, people went that shoe and then he proved them wrong. But he's 35 now, and I think Forest... No, not for me.
Not for me, no.
Oh, that's a shame.
Not now.
No,
he's had a brilliant career. Not now.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Premier League will suit him now. I'll get the Sunderland one. He's a Sunderland lad. I'll get that, but apart from that, I don't think he'd make it.
If that'd be ideal from Sunderland. Play Sunderland in the Premiership and enjoy it. Could it be? I'm not saying it's his last season, because he loves his football, but he'll probably go coaching, won't he?
Yeah.
So I think Sunderland's the Perfect move from him.
Lovely.
I think you could even have a little section, get out to the phone lines. Yeah. Should the bill be split?
The split, yeah.
You got to split the bill,
This is
mate.
good news for you. You don't have to pay for it all the time.
No. Just head yourself out there. See you guys. Head into Pret. We'll see you in 10 minutes. 2 minutes to 8.
Is Marcus Rashford failing upwards? The unwanted United forward is apparently wanted on loan by none other than Barcelona. However, it's understood the Old Trafford top brass would rather sanction a permanent sale. Our resident stand-in transfer guru, Ollie Klink, wonders if Rashford would even get on the pitch for the Spanish Giants.
Firstly, you've got Rafinha on that left-hand side. Then they're still looking to bring in Nico Williams. And then they'd be bringing in Rashford. Look, if Flick likes his versatility, that's great, but I'd still argue that you do get the best out of Rashford when he plays on that left-hand side rather than through the middle. So whether Flick thinks he can reinvent that side of Rashford, that's the only way I can see him getting regular game time in this Barcelona side.
Liam Delap's off the mark for Chelsea as the Blues secured their place in the last 16 of the Club World Cup. Their new number 9 bagged the second in a 3-0 win over ES Tunis. Former Chelsea man talkSPORT's Jason Cundy reckons Delap is putting serious pressure on Nicholas Jackson.
He offers a lot. He's young, he's raw, but there's a lot to like. But it's against weak opposition, so his test will come further down the line. But I'm delighted to get the first goal as a striker when you join a club for a big club like Chelsea. It's all about getting your first goal, and he's got that under his belt. So I'm delighted for him. Lovely finish.
Meanwhile, John Textor may be out of Palace, but Lyon fans want him out of France. It's after Lyon were relegated from the French top flight over money troubles. French football expert Julien Laurent says Textor has been a disgraceful owner.
The way he ran that club to the ground, really, because to the point that being relegated now in the second division because your debts are so high and you can't actually offer a proper plan to just deal with it and deal with the money that you're losing season after season. When you sack managers, when you employ wrong people, when you sack director of football, all of that. And if they are in this position right now of being relegated, which we knew was coming because they were provisionally relegated back in November.
And England completed their second highest ever test chase, winning the first of the 5-match series with India. Ben Duckett hit 149 off just 170 balls to help Ben Stokes' side to a famous victory.
Gab, what's with the earpieces here?
Apparently, it looks better on the cameras and stuff.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, Max, you know, Management Max.
Yeah.
He said that, like, it will look better. So
Well, no one said anything to me.
That's what I mean now, mate. It's communication, though, isn't it?
Well, maybe that's a little hint. See you later.
No, come on, don't say things like that.
Well, look at me.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, you're still, yeah. You're still
I look
in the
like
80s.
I look like David Vine.
We'll get you some of these stylish headphones, mate. Don't worry.
All I just said couldn't get him big enough for my ears. Let's say Dumbo in there.
Yeah, that's poor.
Hey, he can talk.
It's easy to say from back there, isn't it, Al?
I don't think he get these ones in his ears.
We'll sort you out, Al. Don't worry, mate. Leave it with me.
I've actually got some of my own at home.
What are you doing at home? Bring them in.
Well, I didn't realise it was all
Yeah,
changed.
it looks better on the TV.
Hold on a minute. Are we not a radio station? We're not a television station. We're a radio station.
We're a bit of both now, mate.
No, but I signed up to be a radio presenter.
Oh. So what happens now then? You need to renegotiate for TV
I want
as well.
some more dough if I'm going to be on telly.
That's a lot, though. This guy. I thought it was all about, like, you know, loving the job, like Rashford.
No, first year, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed live on YouTube and CTV as well as radio. TV contract, please, Liam. I want that Jeremy Clarkson money. He is minted, Jeremy, but he is very funny.
Yes,
very
he's good, isn't he?
Very good.
Yes.
On the way for you this morning, should the bill be... Oh, no. Should the bill be split or is it up to the man still to pay on a first date?
Gotta be split, mate.
03717 2233
Gotta be split, mate.
Is the number to call to have your say after a resident feminist, Gabby, admitted he thinks women should pay their way. By the way, a lot of I know we're down in the basement at the moment because we're having the studio refurbished, but all them youngsters upstairs, you know, that's all they know, isn't it? Well, we'll go half.
Half. Like, funds are tight, Al. You got half, and if people you go on a date and ordering everything, you know, the prawn tempuras, the sushi, the lobster tempura. You got to split it, mate.
Whoa, Gabby. I'm talking about, you know, we're not talking about superstar breakfast here. I'm talking about just normal, going out for a burger or some ribs.
It's fair,
don't mind your sushi and lobster and all that.
I'm saying it's fair.
What has happened to you?
It's fair to split.
He goes to Vegas, bottle of vodka, bottle of gin. How much are the mixers? Yeah, we'll have 24.
And split it. So you go out with your friends, you wouldn't split the bill? Of course you would.
We take turns.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so why
take
can't
turns.
you do that on a date? Take it in turns.
When's your turn? Ray always says, here we go. Ali always says, here we go.
I get coffees.
No, you don't. You come in. I'll have a spicy margarita. I'll have one more.
I've done my fair share.
Oh, look at the time, my train. Whoosh, and he's gone.
I've done my fair share, especially at Goodman's. I picked up a few bills.
Should the bill be split or is it up to the man still to pay in the first day? 03717 223344. I think this is an age thing.
You think so?
The people our age or my age would certainly say, no, I'll pay. But
yeah,
a lot of youngsters now would say, no, they've grown up with it.
Yeah, when the waiter or waitress comes over, can we get the card machine? We can split it. Shouldn't be awkward.
But what Shaban said earlier, what if you fancy the pants off someone?
Okay.
And she won't go out with you because she's skint?
That shouldn't happen, though, should it?
Why? Maybe she can't get a decent job. She's struggling. She's
I'm saying,
money.
so what if
she can't pay her way, so she won't go out.
Yeah, then you'd sort it, and then she'd owe you.
She'd owe you. What a tight ass.
Get that book out. Right name in there.
That's
right,
shocking. Right, here we go. We're moving on to football. Now, though, in defence of the Euro Under-21 title, England are absolutely flying in this year's Euros under manager Lee Carsley.
It's Anderson. It's destination Bratislava. England are into the semi-finals.
I think the fact that we've won it 82 and 84, 2023, it's a brilliant target to go for, to try and do it again, to try and replicate.
England will play the Netherlands on Wednesday for a place in next weekend's final.
Who knows what can happen in the semi-final? This is tournament football.
I mean, you know what these England teams are like, these age group teams are like. They are bands of brothers.
It's important that this next generation of England players believe that they can win major tournaments. I think that'll help long-term with the senior team as well. So these players are used to playing with that expectation.
39 years of heartache wiped away by these brave young Lions. They've come, they've seen, and they've conquered Europe once again.
Yeah, that's right. The Young Lions are on a roll again in the Euro Under-21s as they aim to retain their title. Hasn't been all smooth sailing, though. Think of this, for the Young Lions, they only stumbled out of their group. A win, a draw and a defeat. It seems that the 21s are hitting form, though, at exactly the right time as they breeze past Spain. I thought that would be a tough game. And the quarterfinals set up at this evening's semi-final clash against the Dutch. Live on talkSPORT 2. James McAtee is one of the stars for the young side, but rumours are Pep's trying to move him on out of City. Gabby, do you think it's best for McAtee to move out like Palmer has done?
I think he has to, because I look at Manchester City, Al. I think Jack Grealish, he could be back involved, but we're not sure. But you've got Doku, you've got Shirky they've signed, who's a very good player. He's going to be a starter.
I think if Jack gets back in, then it's huge credit to Jack.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
If I was Jack, if I'm being honest, don't get me wrong, I'll say it again, I think Pep's great, but if I was Jack, I'd be saying, no, I've got to get out of here.
Yes.
I've got to start playing again. I'm getting older.
But I just think you've got Doku, Shirky, who's definitely going to start, Marmoush, Foden, Haaland. Where's he going to get game time there?
Yeah.
For me, he'll struggle. Sometimes Bernardo Silva plays further forward.
Don't you think the Geordies would love Jack?
Oh, yeah. I think Newcastle were a great move for him, or Spurs. But McAtee, I look at him and he's 22 L. Last season he got 15 appearances, 3 goals. I think at 22 you want to be playing every week. I mean, I was playing 40 games a season at 22. He's had 15 appearances last season. Make it a permanent. Go and play somewhere. He can play at a Premier League club. Really talented player, and I'm sure our next guest will be a big fan of his.
Yeah, to bring us more on this, former England Under-21 manager Stuart Pearce joins us now. Stuart, a very good morning, Stu.
Good morning, Piercy.
Morning, gents. Just a word of advice, Al. When you do go out on that first date, don't have the ribs, all right? It's a messy look.
I was just making the point, Stuart. You know what I mean? You go and see some of these punk rock bands you like. You didn't see your missus. Come on. Where's your money for the ticket? Did you? You took her out. You treated her. You didn't,
That's private, Al. That's private, mate.
If she had to pay as well as listening to that nonsense, she got no chance of getting a gig, I'm telling you.
There you go. What about, Stu, I don't know if you've seen much of him. I'm sure you have. McAtee.
Yes.
It's going to be difficult for him. He's a young kid. Has he got to bide his time, or is it time to now say, no, I want to get out there? Because I was surprised. You look at some of the youngsters that Pep's got, but he will put them in now and again, but he does like tried and tested, doesn't he? Cole Palmer suddenly said, no, I'm off. And I'm sure Pep must be looking, thinking, maybe I made a mistake there. What do you think about McAtee?
Well, I like him as a player. There's no doubt about that. I've been impressed with him at the 21 tournament. I've been impressed with him when he's had a bit part at City. But he'll get a feeling from the manager at the club with Pep, whether he's in his plans or not. And I think a conversation will dictate that. When the same sort of thing happened with Foden, you knew there was a plan for Foden long term. When he didn't play regularly, he was in, he was out, he never went on loan. McAtee will be a different matter. I think he's of an age, like Gabby said, he needs to be playing regularly at this moment in time. So he'll have a feel with the manager, and the manager will probably guide whether he's in the plans or not long term.
Pacey, who stood out for you so far for the England team in the 21? Because Stansfield done really well last game, didn't he? Put himself about, pressed well. Do you think he'll start tonight?
I think Stansfield will start tonight. The one who's impressed me greatly is Hutchinson, I've got to say. I think he's been the standout player on what I've seen in all the games. I've watched all the games. I think the dynamic between Konsa and Creswell's really important for England. I think they're a solid central pairing. I think even going back to your time, we had Stephen Taylor and Manua at the heart of the back line. And you have to build almost your team around that solid foundation. But I tell you where I've been impressed with England in the last game, especially against Spain. Spain had the ascendancy of the ball, but England have got the ability now to wrestle the momentum back from anybody in the world and start dictating and keeping possession of the ball, and that's what makes them the sort of side that could go on and retain this trophy again.
Stuart, what about the Dutch? We know their academies are fantastic. All the big clubs. How difficult will this be? Have you been impressed with the Dutch, the Netherlands?
Yeah, this will be, once again, the further you go in tournaments held, the tougher the options you get. And this is going to be probably our toughest game of the tournament. I think the defeat in the group stage, bizarrely, will stand us in good stead. I think it will sharpen our focus a little bit, and show to the players and the manager it's not going to be plain sailing all the way. But this will be a tough game. There's 4 really good sides left in this tournament, but the standards are high. But when you talk about academy football and what that offers, the grounding of players, I think our academy system's the envy of the world in this country at the moment. You can see that in some of the young talent we have.
Sure, just a quickie. Premiership, not far away now. How open do you see it this coming season? Are Chelsea going to be in there fighting? Is it Liverpool who are favourites again for you, or does City come storming back?
City will be stronger, no doubt about that. But at this moment in time, Liverpool are recruiting from a position of strength. And if I was pushed on one of the teams, I would say probably Liverpool. Arsenal need to recruit probably at the front end of their team to get them 20 goals a season if they possibly can, So, but I'd say Liverpool at this moment.
Yeah, agreed.
Stewie, enjoy the game against the Netherlands. Great to talk again. Thank you, Stewie. Right, there you go. See, Stewie doesn't do that. When I think about it, Gab, I've seen you over the London Bridge Hotel. Your missus got 2 coffees from that machine at the end, and I've seen her. You've gone up to get them. I've seen her going in her purse getting change.
Yeah.
And you wear shorts all the time, so you've no money in them pockets, have you?
Zero, mate.
I see her shaking her head, pain, putting a card behind the bar.
This is a new era, mate. You can't split it, mate.
It's absolutely shocking. 8:17.
this.
This is a band, my first ever band I went to see as a kid in Glasgow.
Oh, really?
Mott the Hoople, named after a novel in 1966. Mott the Hoople. Ian Hunter's on, he's on Leeds. We're playing it because Mick Ralph's guitarist sadly passed.
Oh, terrible.
Who went on to play with Bad Company, who were a great band for me as well. But Mott the Hoople, right, I went to see them, and I was a bit green. I went there early doors to get a seat, and I couldn't believe it. I got in the theatre, Gab. It was mobbed, right? It was packed, and this was like 2 hours before the main band, Mott the Hoople, were coming on. And people were going mad, and this band, I'm thinking, crikey, these are good.
Scots?
No, this is in Glasgow, big venue. It was only Queen who were backing Mott the Hoople.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So my first live band was Queen.
Okay.
When I went to see Mott the Hoople.
Done it all, ain't you, mate?
I've just been lucky.
Yeah, you've been lucky, mate.
Time now for the latest sporting odds with Coral and Dave Stevens.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for it. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Morning, Steve-O.
Gentlemen, a very, very good morning. I love that story. I mean, first of all, to get to see Freddie Mercury and Queen, Al, but for it to be totally unexpected like that. I mean, genuinely, was he the superstar then that, you know, he went on to be? Could you tell then that he was something special?
Magnificent. I think the album was called Liar, and the whole place was going crazy, and I'm like, have I got the wrong gig here? Because I was there really to see this. The main band was Mott the Hoople, Ian Hunter.
Yeah,
all the way from Memphis, all the young dudes. You know, they were having all the hits. Queen, I'd never heard of Queen then. That would be, I'm guessing now, saying, would that have been 73, 74, maybe 75? But it was a long time ago. But wow, they were magnificent.
Yeah, great. I mean, he was a great showman, but obviously a great voice, great songs. Gab, you must have watched Bohemian Rhapsody, the film, have you?
Yeah, outstanding film, Steve. One of my favourites.
No, he wouldn't go because his missus wouldn't pay for half the tickets.
No comment.
Who was your first live band then?
Live band? Oh. Live band. Been a 50 Cent, Lil Wayne concert.
Who?
Not heard of Lil Wayne? You not heard of Lil Wayne?
No, Lil Wayne.
Lil
Wayne sleep. 50 cents. Who are we having a 50 cents on today, Steve?
Well, England in the semi-finals. Gab, how impressed have you been? I mean, it was a pretty rocky group stage for Lee Carsley's boys, wasn't it? But, I mean, they turned it around in style against Spain. That's when they hit top gear. And, look, they're not massive odds. They're not odds-on favourites, for example, tonight. But they're 11-10 to beat Netherlands, excuse me, in 90 minutes. 11-5 Netherlands, so just over 2-1. 5-2 the draw. England are odds on though to qualify. 8-13, 6-5 Netherlands. I mean, how do you see it going, Gab? Because as I say, the performance against Spain was top class, wasn't it?
I think you expect it though, don't you, from Lee Carsley? So I mean, get into a tournament, you know they're going to get better and better as the tournament goes on. And you look at Stansfield. I thought, you know, he was hungry when he come on. He was pressing, looked the threat as well. Wouldn't have surprised if he gets the first goal tonight as well. Hutchinson, McAtee, Elliott, they've got so many good players. Steve-O,
he's a good player, Hutchinson. The times I've watched Ipswich, Delap and Hutchinson were by far Ipswich's best players.
Yeah, and this is where you feel England's strengths are. Defensively, perhaps they've been a bit shaky at times, but up front, so many options. You mentioned Jay Stansfield. He's 5-1 to open the scoring gap. Harvey Elliott, 7-1. James McAtee, you've been talking about, 7-1. Wanyeri, 15-2. Hutchinson, 10-1. I mean, the attacking strength that Lee Carsley had at his disposal, you would think would be good enough. The other game, of course, is much, much closer. Germany v France, we can't split them. 8-5 Germany, 8-5 France, 12-5 the draw. So you take your pick there. But I say England have got to concentrate on what they're doing.
Yes.
They are favourites now to win it. They're 2-1 favourites to lift it again. It's pretty close ahead of Germany, 9-4, 23-10 France. Netherlands, unsurprisingly, the outsiders at 9-2. But that's all to come later.
Yeah. Steve-O, you know, you normally, you know, just walked out of Savile Row, but is that a scout shirt you have on there?
Yeah, it's not great, mate. You've not made an effort today, Steve.
Is that a dip scouts?
This is the taking the dog for a walk outfit. So I do apologise for those that can see me. You're absolutely right. It's only when I looked on screen. Anyway, listen, we digress. I should be a lot smarter the following Saturday, Al, for the Coral Eclipse.
Well, I was going to say, I think Newsom's might have a runner in the last race down there at Sandown. I think.
Well,
obviously,
if you fancy coming along, that goes for both of you. They are more than welcome. Help us celebrate the 50th running of the Coral Eclipse, where we're hoping we're going to get the Royal Ascot winner, Ombudsman. I don't know how impressed you were with him in the Prince of Wales, Al.
Yeah.
He looked fantastic. He went past Anmat, and Anmat was travelling beautifully, and he went past Anmat as if he was stationary. We're hoping Andre Fabre will bring over Saucy from France. Always love a bit of international competition. And then Aidan O'Brien, we think, is going to run Camille Pissarro, the French Derby winner, and Delacroix, who was the beaten favourite in our Derby, dropping back in trip, of course.
Yeah,
but before we get to the Coral Eclipse,
we've got to be careful with Delacroix, haven't we? Because he's done it before, Aidan. You know, some don't like the undulations of Epsom. Some don't like the Newmarket finish at the bushes up the incline. So you can't just write these class horses off. You know, he could come to the Eclipse and run a big race.
Oh, no question at all. And look, there is, this time next week we'll have a better idea. But if Aidan does run the two, Camille Pissarro and Delacroix, then of course the choice of Ryan Moore will kind of dictate which one of them is backed, I think. But before the Coral Eclipse, we've got the Irish Derby this weekend. And it looks like the first three home at Epsom are going to reoppose. Now, I didn't think there was any fluke about Lambourne winning that race at all. I thought he was the best horse on the day, and he deserves to be odds on to do the double. He's 4-5. But Joseph O'Brien, Aidan's son, trains Tennessee Stud, who was third at Epsom, but is 3-1 second favourite. And Lazy Griff.
Why would he overturn the result in Dublin?
I don't think he will, Al. As I say, I think Lambourne was a worthy winner, and I think we'll go and prove it again. But that's what the fact that Joseph is keen to take him on again is great. And say Lazy Griff, who was third at Epsom at a big price, he's in there at 9-1. Pride of Arras, the Dante winner, he's got to bounce back. So look, it's a proper race. But as I say, I think Lambourne, Aidan's won this race, I don't know how many times, 15, 16 times. I mean, his record is just extraordinary.
Steve, I've got to break, but just a quick one on the Lions. Okay, I'm really looking forward to that. Has the betting changed since that defeat to Argentina?
Let's have a very... See, you've done me here. Here we go.
Should have that, mate.
Well, you remember the Boy Scout? Be prepared,
yes.
Steve-O, be prepared.
The British and Iron Lions, that defeat has not affected it because the Lions are 1-3 to win the series, 5-2 Australia. So the British and Irish Lions to win 3-0 is just 6-5 out. So we are not expecting that little hiccup against Argentina to affect them down under at all.
Okay, Steve-O, Wockies! Enjoy your dog walk.
Thank you, gents.
Thank you. Dave Stevens from Coral there.
Shocking.
Right. No. That was a look at the latest odds, all thanks to Coral. 18 plus gamblerware.org. Coming up with a ton of attention back to that incredible England win. In the cricket, yes, it was brilliant. Could the England football team learn something from the cricketers? We'll discuss that next. Harmy coming up.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for it. 18 plus begambleaware.org.
Is Marcus Rashford failing upwards? The unwanted United forward is apparently wanted on loan by none other than Barcelona. However, it's understood the Old Trafford top brass would rather sanction a permanent sale. Our resident stand-in transfer guru, Ollie Klink, wonders if Rashford would even get on the pitch for the Spanish Giants.
Firstly, you've got Rafinha on that left-hand side. Then they're still looking to bring in Nico Williams. And then they'd be bringing in Rashford. I'd still argue that you do get the best out of Rashford when he plays on that left-hand side rather than through the middle. So whether Flick thinks he can reinvent that side of Rashford, that's the only way I can see him getting regular game time in this Barcelona side.
Liam Delap's off the mark for Chelsea as the Blues secured their place in the last 16 of the Club World Cup. Their new number 9 bagged the second in a 3-0 win over ES Tunis. Meanwhile, John Textor may be out of Palace, but Lyon fans want him out of France. It's after Lyon were relegated from the French top flight over money troubles. French football expert Julien Laurens says Textor has been a disgraceful owner.
The way he ran that club to the ground, really, because to the point that being relegated now in the second division because your debts are so high and you can't actually offer a proper plan to just deal with it and deal with the money that you're losing season after season. When you sack managers, when you employ wrong people, when you sack director of football, all of that.
Tune.
I don't like cricket.
No.
I love it.
I've seen them live as well.
Have you?
10cc, yeah. London, I think it was London. Yeah, I've definitely seen them live.
Love this tune now. Love it.
Yeah, they were good. Low Cream or Clem and Graham Godley, I think it was.
Yes.
Who became Godley and Cream.
Okay.
I think. Anyway, again, it's a long time ago.
Correct.
Oh, correct.
Yes,
Well done,
well done.
DJ. It's all right. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark Art by a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby's alongside me, tight arse. You know, going 50-50. Let's go Dutch, love.
50-50,
Before we
mate.
talk cricket, some breaking news here. Julian Stephen has been appointed head coach of Queen's Park Rangers. The Frenchman has managed Strasbourg on the Rennes across the Channel, is now set for a season in West London. There you go, Rangers fans. Now, the England cricket team is absolutely flying under Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum as they notched up another record-breaking run chase against India yesterday. I did watch a good couple of hours of it. Very, very good. In the final hour of the fifth and final day, England chased down 371 runs to win with just 5 wickets down, ranking 10th in the list of biggest run chases ever in the history of Test cricket. Opening batsman Ben Duckett, brilliant, was the star of the show, clocking up 149 runs to take England to the verge of victory. Captain Ben Stokes spoke about the brilliance of Duckett after the win last night.
Again, he's a quality player. He's such a hard person to bowl to with that new ball, and I love the way that his natural game is to look to score and put bowling oppositions under pressure from pretty much ball one. And obviously in those complementary skills and attributes that Zach and Ben possess at the top of the order, they work with each other so well. But look, Ducky's been incredible since he's come into the team from that Pakistan tour, and he's shown that he can score runs, pretty much all over the world and any conditions that he's faced with.
Ben Stokes there now. To get more on this, there's no one better to talk to than two-time Ashes winner. It's Stevie Harmison. Harmy, good morning.
Good morning, Harmy.
Morning, Al. Good morning, Gab.
Morning, pal.
That was a bit special, wasn't it? A great test, Harmy. I bet you loved it.
Oh, it was brilliant. I mean, to be inside the ground for 5 days, we had a great commentary position. It wasn't that good first hour of the day because the sun was right on top of you, but then when it went past, it was glorious. You got all the atmosphere, you got the buzz, the vibe, which you don't normally get when you commentate on Test match cricket because you're normally behind a massive double pane window. But look, it was a magnificent 5 days, and Ben Duckett, I mean, yesterday afternoon, he gave India the runaround. India will kick themselves thinking, how on earth have we lost that game with the positions we've been in? And even 350 to get on the last day. There was only one team proactive. There was only one team, I thought, trying to win that game. I thought India were waiting on mistakes from England. And Ben Duckett, like Ben Stokes said there, Ben Duckett and Zach Crawley, two different types of batters, two contrasting sizes in stature, two difficult batters to bowl to, as in from a line and a length, and bowlers that capitalise, and India just didn't have any answers to them.
Harmy, we know Boomer's different class, isn't he? But some people said to me, were England that good, or did India throw it away? Were they poor? I didn't see India being poor. I really didn't.
No, I think you can't. You can talk about how off day India's had later down the line. I think what you have to do is marvel in the fact that England have chased 371 on a fourth innings of a match, 350 on day 5. I don't think we should be looking at what India did, because obviously they dropped a few catches. Their tails didn't wag. All that can be done from India's inquest on a different day. I think for me, it's about what England did. And I thought what England did was brilliant. And England weren't over 5 days. England, I still think there's a little bit more to come from England, because I thought the bowlers, and especially in the first innings, and Ben might disagree, Ben might just say it's a flat pitch and other players can bat well. I didn't think our bowlers were right at it in the first innings. I thought they were a lot better in the second innings, and they'll be better going into the second Test match. But this was one of the historical victories. This is Headingley again, and this time it's Ben Duckett, the star of the show, and not Ben Stokes. But you've got to give credit to Joe Root, who came in not at a difficult time, because England were 200 for 2 when Joe came in. But there was, at that point, Bumrah comes on, Jadeja's bowling into the footmarks. You're thinking we could still have a twist in this tale. But Joe Root calmed everything down, and Jamie Smith icing on the cake with his quick runs at the end.
Harmy, you talk about the bowling there. Which of our bowlers do you think are under the most threat, especially if Jofra Archer comes in?
Not for me, not Joff. He doesn't come in next week. He doesn't. Not for me, no. He comes in possibly for Lords. I think we give Jofra a little bit more time. It's like Gabby, he's played one red ball game. He's not even finished it yet. He's bowled 18 overs in red ball cricket in 4 years. The clamour for Jofra to come back into the side just needs to be tapered a little bit. I think these 4 bowlers that played this week, along with Ben, possibly could go again. Maybe it's Atkinson if he's fit, and I'd just give Jofra a little bit of time. One thing I'll say about Jofra Archer is get him right, and we'll reap the benefits for a long time further down the line.
Yeah.
If we make a mess of his comeback.
I have to ask you this as well, Harmy. You know what people are like when someone has an outstanding performance like Ben Duckett? Is he the best ever batsman? Or are we getting carried away?
Yeah, get a little bit carried away. I think what he is at this moment in time, I think he's the best multi-format opener, I think, in world cricket going. Yashasvi Jaiswal, who's on the other side, would probably argue, but I think in all conditions, Ben Duckett's gone all around the world and scored a lot of runs. Jaiswal will go all the way around the world and score big runs. But at this minute in time, Ben Duckett is just so hard to bowl to. So from that point of view, he is probably richly in a form, and he's probably the best that we've got at this moment in time from an openers. But you talk about just quickly on the Jofra one. It was going to be the knife edge of yesterday was going to be if India lose, they're going to have to play Bumrah. They've said they can only play Bumrah in 3 out of 5 tests. If they lose, they're going to have to play Bumrah at Edgbaston. If England win, or if England lose, the clamour for Jofra will be huge to come back. Now England have won. I think they can take the time a little bit with Jofra, bring him back for Lords, and give him a chance to recover from this game at Durham, potentially get some overs under his belt, and be ready for Lords, which I think would suit him better. So they were the sort of side bets of what was going on yesterday.
Harmy, what do you make of when England winning the toss and decided to bowl first? I'm told, I listened to Andrew McKenna earlier, said to people's astonishment, England bowled first, whereas Bumble told us, he went, no, you let them bat first, you bowl first. We're talking about Headingley is just, it's ideal to run chase, and he was correct.
Absolutely. I think, Al, I did the commentary during this game, and for the first 4 days I did the sort of hospitality boxes and walking around the lounges as an old washed-up has-been former cricketer. And there was two questions that I got asked all day. The first one was, do you want a pint? Which I couldn't because I was commentating. I was devastated, the amount of alcohol I was offered. And the other one was, what was Ben doing bowling first? And I think I was the only one for 2 days was defending him, saying the last 6 teams that have won have bowled first. Don't think it's a short-term decision. It's a long-term, over 5 days decision, and wait till both sides have had a bat and a bowl on it, and then see where the surface is at the end. I don't think at the toss Ben Stokes was envisaging chasing 371. I think he was probably looking at 271. But he knew, and everybody else knew, that this pitch was going to get better. And I think his decision was justified by the end, because England now go 1-0 up to Edgbaston.
Yeah, Harmy, I hope you're not going to walk on us and no pints. That was a warm day yesterday. What is wrong with you? You might have just been sociable and had a couple of halves.
Yeah, I know, but you're the master. You're the master of being able to multitask with alcohol on board and entertain the nation. Unfortunately, I'm not that experienced just yet.
Harmy, we look forward to the second test. Thanks, pal.
Cheers, boys. Have a good day.
Stevie Armisen, brilliant. He's great company when you
yes.
Great company. Yeah, and he doesn't.
Nice guy, mate.
He doesn't go to Lou Gab and sneak off. He's a stayer.
Oh, he stays out. Yeah,
he's a stayer.
An Irish goodbye.
He's brilliant. Right, England 1-0 up now. Just a reminder, if you're listening abroad this summer, the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel is your home for the England-India series. This test, we had 40 hours of broadcasting over 5 days, 10 podcasts recorded, and text messages from people in 73 different countries. Absolutely superb. Right, let's look ahead to the next hour on the show with Benchmark.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmark's Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmark's.
We have an action-packed last hour of the show. Legendary actor and a top man, Happy Hammer Ray Winstone, will join us to chat all things West Ham and what he's up to. But before all that, don't miss the best quiz on the network. Next, that was our breakfast preview with Benchmark.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmark's Kitchens and Joinery. All our Benchmark's kitchen doors come with a 5-year guarantee. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, this is not easy, Gab.
Well, don't let Sam have like 20 seconds to put his laptop on and check the answers.
It's time now for the best quiz on radio on the bane of Gabby's life, simply the best. This morning, Gabby takes on the listeners, and the first person to get a snooker question right at 7:30 was Sam the Toffee, an Everton fan. All the listeners are on your side. Sam, a very good morning. Sam,
Good morning,
how are
Sam.
we?
Alan, Gabby, all right, lad?
You're right, mate.
Sam, I've looked at this. I think you can do this, mate. Don't worry, don't worry.
We read answers within 5 seconds, Sam.
No, stop whinging, Gab. Stop whinging. Are you feeling the pressure, Sam? The whole nation's on your side.
Yeah, right. I'm a bit nervous now, but let's go.
Right, we'll have 3 rounds, okay? 3 rounds. If you get a question right, you hear this sound.
What are the odds? You know, wait.
And if you get one wrong, you hear this.
Undefendable, indefendable, indefendable, undefendable.
Right, here we go. Let's get going. This one, round 1. I'm going to give you one of the major sporting stories of the week and then ask you a question about it that is completely unrelated. So Gabby is up first, Sam. Gabby, you're doing this first one.
Yes, let's go.
Tommy Fleetwood, where's your phone? Put your phone away.
Away.
Right, Tommy, so don't get so nervous and irky. Tommy Fleetwood suffered heartbreak on Sunday, bogeying his final hole, the Travellers' Championship, to miss out on his first PGA Tour title, Gabby. So, Gab, what city were the legendary rock band Fleetwood Mac formed in? And there's a clue in the name of the band. I have to rush you.
Fleetwood.
Fleetwood is the wrong answer.
Undefendable, indefendable, undefendable.
It is London.
How do I clue?
No, you fell for it. Right, Sam, here's your first one. The British and Irish Lions suffered defeat in the opening warm-up game against Argentina last Friday. Sam, they then jumped on a flight to Australia for the first warm-up game down under. So, Sam, it's a simple one. What is the capital of Australia?
That is Canberra.
Correct. Sam goes one up.
You know,
I knew that as well.
Did you? Round 2, what happened next? We're diving into the archives here. We'll play you a clip, and all you have to do is tell me what happened next, okay? And since you needed all the help you can get, the first 2 are Gabby's specials. Sam, here's your first clip. This is you, Sam. Here's your first clip from back in 2020, okay? Here we go.
Who would you rather win the league, Leeds or West Brom?
1,000%.
So what happened next? Was it A, neither? Was it B, Leeds? Or was it C, West Brom?
It's got to be Leeds, surely.
Let's hear the clip in full.
1,000%. I'd rather West Brom win the league than Leeds.
Oh, Gabby's back in it. Gabby, your first one, Gabby. Why can't Gab stay in the garden? Okay, why can't you stay in the garden? Why not then? Is it because of flies and wasps? A. B. Mosquitoes love you. C. It rained all last summer.
I know this. This me, yeah?
Is it Sam or Gabby? What? Who is it? This is ridiculous, this. Right, Gabby, your first one. Audio clip.
I can't sit in my garden and have a barbecue or anything because...
Ooh.
I know the answer. Can I answer? Flies and wasps. 1-1. Thank you very much.
I can't sit in my garden and have a barbecue or anything because wasps, flies, coming on your food.
See? Thank you. 1-1.
Do you know what? This is just so awkward the way it's written. I'm not kidding. It's just clueless. Honestly. Gabby, your next one. Okay. Right? Your next one, please.
Is Siobhan still there with you?
Well, she's in the building. She's just not in where we are right now.
Ask her when you see her.
So the question is, Gab, what did the caller want to know? Was it A, how old her mother is, B, how the Fodden cat is, and C, how many TVs she has? B, how the Foden cat is. Let's find out what happened.
Ask her when you see her, how is her Foden cat?
Her Foden.
Come on, 2-1.
Well done, Gab. Well
Thank
done.
you, mate. Thank you, Alan.
Right, here we go, Sam. This is me going a little bit Ron Burgundy, whoever that is, right?
And that was a look ahead with Travis Perkins' hand, of course, not.
So what happened next? What happened next? Did A, I hammer my scriptwriters, B, Ali burped, or C, Ed play the Oompa Loompa theme?
These are hard. I'll go B, Ali burped.
Ali burp. Let's hear the clip in full.
And that was a look ahead with Travis Perkins' hand, of course, not.
So scores and doors, Gabby's ahead. 2-1. Right, round 3, head to head. I have a topic that only has 11 possible answers. You both then repeatedly take in turns to give an answer. The first person to give me an incorrect one will lose the round and hand the point over to the other player. So here we go. I'm looking for Premier League players who have scored at least 150 goals. Sam, get us started. Alan Shearer.
Well, yeah, he did score 150 goals.
Over 150 goals.
Yeah, you got to name another one, Sam.
Oh, sorry. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to go Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, yes. Back to you, Sam.
Wayne Rooney.
Rooney, correct. Gabby, back to you.
Andy Cole.
Correct. You looking?
No.
Correct. Back to you, Sam.
Sergio Aguero.
Aguero, yes.
Oh. Over 150. Oh.
Have to hurry, yeah. Clock's ticking.
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry is correct. Back to you, Sam.
We'll go Luis Suarez. Not sure on that one though.
Luis Suarez is not there.
Lovely.
He's not there, Sam. I'm afraid you could have Frank Lampard, Robbie Fowler, Jermaine Defoe,
Robbie Keane,
Michael Owen. Gabby, you've done it. I'm
Thank
sorry,
you, man.
Sam.
3-1, easy.
Sorry, Sam.
Oh, lucky Sam.
I'm never going to live this down.
Don't worry, pal. You had a good go, and it wasn't that easy, by the way. Don't worry about that.
Thanks for coming, Sam.
Gabby, well done. Now, don't take the mickey now, Sam. Oh, come on. Punching
Thanks
the air.
for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Easy,
right, we're into the last hour. Gabby, well done.
Thank you, Al.
know.
See, there's something up there.
No, well, they were all
Bits and bobs.
you know, I'd hate you. What? I don't like you looking at your phone all the time. It's coming up to 9 o'clock.
Is Marcus Rashford failing upwards? The unwanted United forward is apparently wanted on loan by none other than Barcelona. However, it's understood the Old Trafford top brass would rather sanction a permanent sale. Our resident stand-in transfer guru, Ollie Klink, wonders if Rashford would even get on the pitch for the Spanish Giants.
Firstly, you've got Rafinha on that left-hand side. Then they're still looking to bring in Nico Williams. And then they'd be bringing in Rashford. Look, if Flick likes his versatility, that's great, but I'd still argue that you do get the best out of Rashford when he plays on that left-hand side rather than through the middle. So whether Flick thinks he can reinvent that side of Rashford, that's the only way I can see him getting regular game time in this Barcelona side.
Liam Delap's off the mark for Chelsea as the Blues secured their place in the last 16 of the Club World Cup. Their new number 9 bagged the second in a 3-0 win over ES Tunis. Former Chelsea man talkSPORT's Jason Cundy reckons Delap is putting serious pressure on Nicholas Jackson.
He offers a lot. He's young, he's raw, but there's a lot to like. But it's against weak opposition, so his test will come further down the line. But I'm delighted to get the first goal as a striker when you join a club for a big club like Chelsea. It's all about getting your first goal, and he's got that under his belt. So I'm delighted for him. Lovely finish.
Meanwhile, John Textor may be out of Palace, but Lyon fans want him out of France. It's after Lyon were relegated from the French top flight over money troubles. French football expert Julien Laurent says Textor has been a disgraceful owner.
The way he ran that club to the ground, really, because to the point that being relegated now in the second division because your debts are so high and you can't actually offer a proper plan to just deal with it and deal with the money that you're losing season after season. When you sack managers, when you employ wrong people, when you sack director of football, all of that. And if they are in this position right now of being relegated, which we knew was coming because they were provisionally relegated back in November.
And England completed their second highest ever test chase, winning the first of the 5-match series with India. Ben Duckett hit 149 off just 170 balls to help Ben Stokes' side to a famous victory.
Good morning, 9:05, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best shoes, car deals guaranteed. Gabby alongside me. Still to come before 10, we've got legendary actor and a big West Ham fan, Ray Winstone, joining the show. We'll find out why one of the stars of Wrexham's rise from non-league to the Championship, Paul Mullen, has decided to swap Wales for Wigan. Now, though, we're just 1 week away from the Women's Euros getting underway in Switzerland.
They've taken us on a journey that has been history made.
England try to defend it. Toon sends it forward. Russo runs over the halfway line, and they have done it. England are European champions for the first time in their history. The Lioness fairy tale has its perfect ending.
It's so special. It's just incredible.
But out in Australia, it was heartbreak and pain.
And that is it. Spain are the World Cup winners, and it is heartache for the Lionesses.
We
just weren't anywhere near it today. We looked like the occasion got the better of us.
But now in Switzerland, a chance lies ahead.
When you win, everyone's gunning for you then, so the expectation rises and then other teams want to beat you. You're the team to beat.
We know they have a very tough group.
The Lionesses will be without Bright, Fran Kirby and Mary Earps, 3 integral players in the squad when they won the Euros back in 2022.
Will the England Lionesses be champions again?
Opportunity for Russo, inside the penalty area, finds the corner! Alessia Russo for England!
See it away, but it's back to Mead, edge of the area, turns right footed, drives the ball into the net, and England lead!
Now we've got that taste of what that felt like. The players and the staff want it again.
England know the real way to show they are #1 act is to win the European Championships. The Lionesses have a great chance to do that at this summer's Festival of Football.
Stand by for drama.
It is tournament football, only the result matters.
So the Lionesses will look to retain the crown after lifting the trophy back in 2022, and talkSPORT will have you covered with everything you need to know. Here's our voice of live football and host of the tournament, Adrian Dunham. Adrian, a very, very good morning.
Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Alan.
Looking forward to this one, Adrian?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's a week away, and I actually can't wait for it to get going. I want to see how the Lionesses do, trying to retain their trophy. I want to see how they get on in Switzerland in a really difficult group that they might not even get out of, and there's some real contenders there. So, yeah, I'm just looking. I love tournaments, and looking forward to this one very much.
Adrian, tell us who's in the group.
England have got what they call the group of death, and it really is. They've got France, who they lost to at home but beat away in qualifying. They've got the Netherlands, who were the previous winners of the Euros, and Wales are in there as well. And Wales is their first ever tournament, and a lot of people will see them as the side that's going to be there to be beaten at this Euros. However, what I do know is England are in the against Wales in the last game of the group, so they may need to rack up the goals. Wales are capable of raising their game. They've got a draw with Sweden. A lot of their recent games have been close, so that could be a crucial game in St Gallen at the end of the group stage. That is a difficult group for the Lionesses.
Are you out there now, Adrian? Are you going out?
I'll be out there probably this time next week. I'll be out there, yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Adrian, there's some really good teams. Obviously, England are one of the favourites, but I watched the Arsenal versus Barcelona Champions League final, and some very good Spanish players in that Barcelona team. And Spain's first game is against Portugal, isn't it, on Thursday the 3rd of July? That'll be a tense and a cracker of a game, won't it?
That's a derby, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. And right to highlight Spain as well. By the way, that Arsenal win against Barcelona, absolutely sensational. Yeah. Should fill a lot of those Arsenal players who also represent the Lionesses with confidence. But one of their key players, arguably their best player, was Mariona Caldente, who's in the Spain squad. Spain are the world champions, so therefore they're among the favourites. England are the holders. They're among the favourites. Germany have won 8 out of the 11 Euros. So you can't discount them. There's others in there as well, France, the Netherlands, who will think, yeah, we've got a big chance of winning this. But I think in terms of England, there's been a lot of controversy in the build-up, as we know. You've been talking about it on the show, and it's been talked about on the station with players pulling out. However, Sarina Wiegman knows exactly what she's doing. She's won the last 2 European Championships, one with the Netherlands, one with England. She got to a World Cup final after that. I would trust her methods. And actually, I'm going to back England to retain the trophy simply because Sarina Wiegman's in charge.
Oh, okay. On to the men's now, which is going to be interesting. Also, just to the men's game, Liam Delap, who I really like when he was at Ipswich. Strong, powerful, got a trick or two, scores goals. And his first goal for Chelsea in the World Club was just that. Great strength, turns a defender, feigns to shoot with the left, comes in the right, and then tucks it away. I tell you what, I just wonder, how good this guy can get. Could he force his way into the World Cup squad next year?
Well, I really think he can, Alan. I mean, even watching him for Ipswich last season in a relegation season, he really stood out to get into double figures goals in a side that was really struggling, especially the second half of the season. Every game you watched him, if you had a player cam on Liam Delap, this is a guy who's got strength. He's got a little edge to his game. Yeah. I don't think defenders like defending against him, but he's capable of coming wide. He's got a little bit of pace about him deceptively. His finishing is superb. I just think he's the real deal. It feels like he's the natural successor for England to Harry Kane, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if he was at the World Cup in Mexico, USA, and Canada.
And it looks, Adrian, it looks as if he's going to get a chance early on for Chelsea as well, because Jackson's going to be out with that red card, so it looks as if he'll play against Newcastle.
Well, the thing is, he's been playing regular Premier League football. Now, he's ready-made for the Premier League because he's just been there for the last season and he showed up really well. I would be amazed if Chelsea don't stick him in the starting lineup straight away. I like Nicholas Jackson. His finishing is in question. He got a few goals, but his finishing is in question. But with Liam Delap, I believe that Chelsea have signed the real deal. Wouldn't necessarily say it's the last piece of the jigsaw, because defensively they've still got a bit to do, Chelsea. But I think he could be capable of having a really brilliant season at Chelsea and going to the World Cup next year.
What I love about him, Adrian, he looks like, one, he's an honest lad. He'll work hard. He'll throw himself about and hold the ball up. But he's so good on the ball. He can come off and then cut play. He can get in the box and score them goals that strikers need to score. That's maybe not fashionable now. He will get the tap-ins. He can score from outside the box. He's good in the air. I just think playing with this better group of players, he's really going to step up, mate.
Yeah, early season I saw him score a brilliant goal at Portman Road, after which I said he should do the lap of honour. It didn't go down too well. I'll stick to my day job, but I think you're right. He's capable of scoring different types of goals. He can also go wide. He can come deep. I think he's got the lot. In terms of like being the finished article, just needs to get better. He's got the lot, but needs to get better at all those things. And then you're talking about somebody who could have an impact for England, no doubt. If I just switch it back to the Lionesses, I mean, I look at Alessia Russo, who I think has become world-class since the Euros. Remember, she was one of those who was what they call a finisher. She was a sub that came on and made a big difference in the way Serena tackled those Euros 4 years ago. I think since then, moved from Man United to Arsenal. She's now a European champion at club level as well as country level. I think Alessia Russo is absolutely world-class.
I saw one of her goals recently, Adrian. I think it's for England, where she got put in behind. Sorry, mate. She got put in behind, and then, as strikers do, you want to cut in and try and get as close to the middle of the goal as possible. She'd done that and then side-footed into the back of the net. It was a great goal she scored. Absolutely.
I really like her. I think she's very popular within the group as well. She'll be even more popular this summer because we believe her brother's going into Love Island while the Euros are going on, so that's something to watch out for. But in terms, I just want to point out that the talkSPORT team going out to Switzerland is not just me. We've got some great names. Tash Dowie, who is a former England international striker, will be on commentary duty. Leanne Sanderson is back with us. Courtney Sweetman-Kirk will be in the England camp. She knows a lot of the girls as well, so we'll get some really brilliant insight from Courtney as well. And we've got Joe Shannon commentating, Cameron Pope, Flo Pollock. There's loads of them in there. Rehan Skinner, the West Ham United manager, is on Wales duty with Abigail Davis as well. So we've got some really big names. Jordan Nobbs and Darren Bent doing the phone-in after the Lionesses games as well. Jordan Nobbs, who played so many times for England. She's been on the station many times, really knows her stuff and knows all the girls as well. Recent member of the England squad relatively. So really big talkSPORT team going out there for the Euros next week.
Lovely. Adrian, lovely. Thank you very much. Adrian Dunham there. Coming up, we're going to ask legendary actor, huge West Ham fan, Ray Winstone, if he's concerned about the new season or lack of signings. We'll also ask him the debate that has taken over the radio this morning. Should a man still pay on a first date? That's coming next.
Breaking news on talkSPORT.
Good morning, this is talkSPORT Breakfast with the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and then join Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby's alongside me. Just a quick bit of breaking news for you. Former Saints, England, Brighton and Liverpool midfielder Adam Lallana has retired from football, announcing it on Instagram. Eventually got a lot of injuries, didn't he, towards the end?
But like, I played with him, played against him, especially when he was at Southampton. He was captain of Southampton. Left foot, right foot, croy turns. Outstanding player, great career. But you know what's crazy? His son, I think he's about 10 years of age, plays exactly like him.
Does he?
Left foot, right foot, croy turns. It's like watching Adam Lallana in his son.
Lovely.
So look out for his son in the next 10 years for sure.
His name?
Say again. I'm not sure his name, but he's a very, very good player.
He made 34 appearances for England as well as 235 games for Saints, making him, a legend at the club.
Yeah,
there you
100%.
go. Now, it's safe to say all is not well at West Ham United, from winning a European trophy and being just 3 points off the top 4 at the turn of the year in 2024, to winning just 15 of the last 57 league games since. Oh dear. So let's try and lighten the spirits at the London Stadium and introduce someone very special. Let's say a very, very good morning to legendary actor and West Ham fan, Ray Winstone. Ray.
Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, boys. Good morning.
Ray. Oh, he's got the gear on as well. How are you, Ray? You okay? You keeping well?
I'm all right, thanks, Al. Did you go to Westcott, Al?
No, I didn't. I didn't go this year. No, I give it a miss.
Okay.
That was boiling hot as well. And we weren't working, Ray, so I thought, I won't bother. I'll give it a miss this year. I'll be down at Glorious Goodwood, though. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, Ray, what's happening work-wise? Have we started filming The Brilliant Gentleman? Is that canned, or as in finished and put ready to watch?
No, I've done the first block.
Right.
Because mine is all set in one place, obviously, in a prison.
Yeah.
Rather a nice prison, but I'm in there. So the next block I start in July.
Right.
So it's kind of spaced out, mine, in each block. So
when will that be out, Ray? And
I don't know what happens until I get them scripts, which is, I don't mind that. That's pretty good,
Yeah. When will that be out, Ray?
No idea.
No idea, mate. No.
Have you, Ray? I've not seen it yet. Have you seen Mobland? They tell me that's pretty good. I've not seen it.
Yeah, I watched Mobland. Funny enough, a few weeks back, I watched it, kind of over a space of about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
it's very good.
I tell you what I did like, I'm watching it again for a second time, is we own this city, or this city's ours. Really, really enjoy that. I know it's a bit brutal.
Is that with Sean, isn't it?
Yes, Sean Bean. It's very.
Yeah, I've got to catch up with that.
Oh no, you got to watch that. It's really, really good. I
started watching Sexy Beast last night, the series.
Oh, did you? Right.
I've never had a chance to watch it, so I'm on episode 5 of that at the moment.
And you back over in Italy at the moment, or are you home?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm over here at the moment. I'm getting ready for the gentleman, so I'm getting some sun on me. Because I've got to look well while I'm in prison.
That's some prison you're in as well, isn't it? You get the chef there and everything. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, on to brilliant, to being a little bit understated at the moment, has got to be West Ham. What's happening out there, Ray? Where all the London clubs are busy, they're dealing, wheeling, trying to get players out, big, fresh faces in. We're not hearing much from West Ham.
Nice money, innit, Al? It's, I think what Moyes had at the club, the great job he'd done, he brought a team together like a family, and they all seemed to get on. There was harmony in the team. And I think that's the most special thing. And when the other fella come in,
Potter,
what happened was we got rid of so many players that, the wrong players, I think, like Fornals, who lived and died for the club, and that kind of took away that kind of family kind of togetherness. I think number one. I'm not saying we'd have gone on and won a league or anything like that, but I think we would have competed a little bit more. You know, players watching one another's backs. I'm quite pleased with Potter. I mean, he hasn't done it yet, but I think given time, he will build the structure, a new structure of the club, you know, and of players. You know, he'll bring in the players that he feels can do a job for West Ham, but he's got to get rid of some first, you know.
I think we need to find out the Paqueta situation, because second half of the season he wasn't himself, was he? You can tell with this hanging over him, because he could be one that you get some money for.
Who's that?
Paqueta.
Paqueta?
Yeah.
Well, Paqueta's had this ridiculous charge hanging over him for, you know, many months, you know, and I guess they're just holding on to see what happens there. I think he'll probably go. I think he's a wonderful player, but I think he'll probably go.
Yeah. No, I want to see West Ham do well,
Yes.
Ray. I really do. I've got so many friends who are West Ham over there. And when I go over there, I'm always treated lovely. It's really, really nice. So maybe they're just waiting. I don't know. But there's got to be fresh faces, and Bowen up front's fantastic. You know, he'll work all day for you.
Getting players out, though, isn't it? I mean, Mavropanos, Fulkrug, Aguero, got players that they maybe need to sell before they buy.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. The kid at the back, the Moroccan kid, you know, who wants to leave now, you know, I think he was treated really badly. I think he'll probably be a great player, you know, in the future.
Well, they've got to try and keep him, you know.
I think we missed him.
Yeah.
Angard, yeah.
So, Ray, have a little listen to this. This is a bit, you know, I don't know how you go with this one, but we've been discussing all morning whether men should have to pay for everything on a first date. Gabby thinks women now should pay half. What do you think about that?
No. Well, we're gentlemen.
Exactly, Ray.
No, you know, I mean, God, no. I mean, in my day, it was unheard of. You'd never even have to have a discussion about it, you know.
Yeah.
You take a young lady out for a meal and you pay for it.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. Gabby, see, there you go. You're sticking with Shaban here. Then you're talking out your derriere.
The times have changed, Al. Right, the times have changed.
Ray.
Yeah, they may have changed for you, Gabby. They haven't changed for me.
Nor me, Ray. Nor me. So, any plans while you're here, Ray? Just is it quite strictly just waiting for the script to get on with it and a bit of filming?
Well, a bit of that, yeah. Plenty of exercise, Al.
You
know, I think as you get older, you got to start kind of looking after yourself a little bit more, you know. And
I'm too old for that.
No, you're not.
I am.
Come for a little jog with me.
No.
When I come home, I'll take you for a little jog.
Yeah, where are we going?
Anywhere you like.
Where are we going?
Probably from here, from your studio to the pub, wasn't it?
A bit of Scots or a bit of Smiths? Where do you want to go? Ray, listen, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. And hopefully we'll have a jar soon, a little glass of wine.
I look forward to it, El. You take care. You too, Gab.
Top man, Ray.
And I can't wait for the Gentleman Series 2 coming out. I really can't.
Unbelievable.
I loved it.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely loved it. That was a brilliant series.
Yes, unbelievable.
Right, okay. Coming up, he's a top guy. Coming up, 9:27 on talkSPORT.
Is Marcus Rashford failing upwards? The unwanted United forward is apparently wanted on loan by none other than Barcelona. However, it's understood the Old Trafford top brass would rather sanction a permanent sale. Our resident stand-in transfer guru, Ollie Klink, wonders if Rashford would even get on the pitch for the Spanish Giants.
Firstly, you've got Rafinha on that left-hand side. Then they're still looking to bring in Nico Williams. And then they'd be bringing in Rashford. I'd still argue that you do get the best out of Rashford when he plays on that left-hand side rather than through the middle. So whether Flick thinks he can reinvent that side of Rashford, that's the only way I can see him getting regular game time in this Barcelona side.
Liam Delap's off the mark for Chelsea as the Blues secured their place in the last 16 of the Club World Cup. Their new number 9 bagged the second in a 3-0 win over ES Tunis. Meanwhile, John Textor may be out of Palace, but Lyon fans want him out of France. It's after Lyon were relegated from the French top flight over money troubles. French football expert Julien Laurent says Textor has been a disgraceful owner.
The way he ran that club to the ground, really, because to the point that being relegated now in the second division because your debts are so high and you can't actually offer a proper plan to just deal with it and deal with the money that you're losing season after season. When you sack managers, when you employ wrong people, when you sack director of football, all of that.
9:32, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Gabby alongside me. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've announced this morning Adam Lallana has retired from football. After a super career, especially for Saints, Liverpool and England, he announced his retirement with a post on Instagram. It's not, it's not, was that a reel? I'm told it's a post. Eh? I don't know, I give up. Something wrong. Have I missed a party last night or something? Eh? Look, have a look at that. Oh, anyway, don't worry. Gabby, how did you announce your retirement?
So I announced my retirement. I mean, I knew I would retire, but I didn't announce it straight away. I was at the Pride of Birmingham Awards as a guest. Great calls, great money raised. And
you mean as a guest? You're the Pride of Birmingham, aren't you?
No, I'm not at all, mate. Just as a guest out. And I think it was Solihull Moors in the Conference League. He came up to me, so I think he might have been one of the owners, and said, would you come and join us? You know, you get to go to Wembley, you get to, you know, play and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I'll let you know. And then as I've left, the local paper wanted to ask me a few questions. And I just retired there and then. Because I just thought, just so it stopped clubs like that offering anything, because I was never going to go and play National League. 31. But so many injuries and not in good form at the end of my career as well. So it was like, all right, let me just retire now, so I'm not getting similar offers and people think that I'm still interested in playing. So yeah, I've done it there and there. What about you?
I tried everything. I was only 27, so yeah. I tried everything to... You know, it was that spinal fusion. In those days, it wasn't a good operation to have. I think Ian Botham tried it, and it didn't really work. And it's a dangerous operation then, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to do that, so I tried everything. I went to Newport, up in the Shropshire Welsh border. I had acupuncture there. I had injections in my groin, my hamstrings. And I'll never forget, Gab, I went to see this guy over on Essex Way. but he's meant to be, this was a saviour, right? He sorted out a very famous ice hockey player a long time ago. Okay. And he said he's got the perfect remedy for me, and it's an injection where it's a massive jab with a needle, and he'd put it into 12 of your ligaments. So not in and out, he'd move it around. Yeah. He'd stab you with it, put it in, and he'd move it around and inject with a sugar and a local anaesthetic. Wow. And it was meant to tighten up your core, your muscles, and you'd be fine. So I'm waiting there. I get there really early, and I've got a good feeling about this, okay? A real good feeling. By all accounts, he looked after Wayne Gretzky a long time ago, the ice hockey player. And I thought, yeah, this makes sense. I'm going. So I'm there really early, and every time I hear a car coming in up the gravel path, beautiful place, by the way, private home. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm on the front and looking up, and the nurse says, no, it'd be another few moments, traffic's bad. Don't worry, relax. How can I relax? I'm just about to be jabbed 12 times. Eventually, he turns up, right? Lovely. And I look up and think, oh, thank God. The door opens and this fella walks in like Groucho Marx. He is bent over. He was about 85, bent over. He has to sort of stoop his head up to say good morning. I went off. Here we go again. And before I know it, bosh, boom, 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 boom. He should just lie there for 20 minutes and you'll be fine. You'll be okay now. What a load of tosh.
Nothing changed.
Nothing. And I thought, that's it. Yeah. So I went to see someone in London, came back, I'm on the train, I bumped into a journalist, local journalist. He said, all right, how are you? Where you been? I told him, I said, I've just given up. What do you mean giving up? So I had to retire. Wow. And that was it, really. You know, do you know what? When I said that to him, I was relieved.
Was you?
Because I knew there was something wrong with me. I never ever recaptured Ipswich form. And I knew there was something wrong.
Playing up, yeah.
When I was at Spurs, Man Utd, I was having all sorts of weird, hamstrings, and I never had hamstring problems.
Just know, don't you? Your body's not right.
I remember going to Regent's Park and getting horrible jabs right in your groin. They killed you. And that never worked, So I was relieved in the end. And I was 27. I thought, okay, roll the sleeves up. What are we going to do next?
Yes. But it's crazy, though, isn't it? With sometimes you start getting these injuries. I was pulling my calf in training. Never pulled my calf. I was doing injuries that never heard of for me. Your body just started breaking down the older you got. Yep.
Not weird. Yes. Okay, we turn our attention to the EFL now. There's just been a transfer that certainly raised some eyebrows, it's fair to say. Despite 3 consecutive promotions and 110 goals. This is brilliant, by the way. Yeah. 110 goals in 170 games for Wrexham. Paul Mullen has joined Wigan on loan for next season. Wrexham owner and Hollywood actor Ryan Reynolds has since tweeted that he can't imagine seeing Mullen on loan in another kit. Punters too are surprised by the move, even with limited game last season due to a back injury. So to explain what's going on, the man himself, Paul Mullen, is talking to us now. Paul, a very good morning.
Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, lads. You okay?
Yeah, all Paul, good, first of all, how's your back now? Because people don't realise if your back goes, it's a massive problem trying to play football.
My back now is perfect, probably the best it's been in years. It was a problem that I'd had for the whole time I've been at Wrexham, really. It was sort of a bulging disc. Obviously, it's on the documentary and things, and just over the 3 years, it just progressively got worse. And obviously, at the end of the season, we got promoted out of League Two. I needed to get it tended to. It got to the point where it was not possible to, it wasn't going to be possible or healthy for me to carry on with it. And I got it repaired, and since probably end of November, December last season, it's been the best it's been for years, which is really pleasing.
Well done. Yeah, I used to have to wash with one hand or clean my teeth and hold on the sink. If I took the other hand away holding on, my head just went straight in the bowl, honestly. That's how bad I was. And then it gradually got a little bit better, but it was no good. So I don't get this, because that 110 goals in 170 games is sensational. Amazing. So why have you had to go out on loan?
I don't know. It's obviously a strange situation, but last year was quite difficult for me. Obviously, Wrexham's a place I love. They've changed my life for me and given me many happy times. And last season was tough, as I say. I came back from a back injury, and you know what it's like when you've been injured and you're coming back and you just need time to find yourself again. I wasn't a lot at the time to do that, and then from January onwards, I was basically, I don't know why, but the gaffer didn't want to use me. And then coming into the summer, obviously with us getting promoted again and things, and I think the gaffers just decided to go elsewhere. I just think I want to play football. You know, it's only a short career, and as much as I love Wrexham with everything I've got, they give me everything. I want to play football. I don't want to be sat at home every weekend when, you know, you're a child who wants to grow up and the dream's to play football every week. And people say it's the dream to obviously be a footballer, but it's so difficult when you're training every day and just at the end of the week you don't get to do what you're training for.
So the goal must
it's
be
really tough.
So the goal would be then, hopefully, score a bundle for Wigan and win your place back at Wrexham.
Well, I'm just focusing on Wigan, to be honest, at the moment. The future, you can't control it, do you know what I mean? I can only control myself. I want to be as successful as I can in my career, and although it's been very good up to date, I want to continue that with Wigan, and hopefully this year we can be successful and be a part of another successful team.
How have you found it, Paul? Obviously coming from National League and going up in leagues, how have you found the standard? Has it been tougher, obviously, the League 2 than League 1 last season? But looking at your goal record, it shows that you've been fine in each league.
Yeah, it's there's a lot made about the standards and things, but for different reasons. I say sometimes playing the National League's harder.
Exactly.
You know, people think obviously the quality of football as you go up the levels is different. Obviously the physicality of players gets better as you go up. The fit are stronger, but sometimes for other reasons the National League's hard, and it's harder. But you know, we've been a really good side. You know, the players we've had at Wrexham has been unbelievable, and we've always, you know, added better every single season. So as we've gone up the levels, it's been easy to adapt because of the people around me, really. And playing with them has obviously given me more confidence, and they're creating the chances for me to be able to score the goals. It's really pleasing and helps me no end.
That's why you're only 30 years of age. Do you know what I mean? You've got so much football left in you. Is it this season now, trying to improve Wigan? You know, last season they finished 15th, didn't they, in League 1? Trying to get them closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to be as successful as I can, and obviously you aim for the stars. I want to get promoted at Wigan, and obviously the higher we finish up the table, the better. Last year, playing against them and watching from the outside, they were a really good side, difficult to break down. The defensive record was brilliant. We just lacked scoring enough goals up the top to obviously push up the division. And this year, I think the gaffer's already signed me and another forward, and I think he wants to bring in a couple more attacking players. So the intent's going to be there for us to be a lot more attacking and score a lot of goals, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, Paul, we'll keep an eye out. We wish you all the very best, and hopefully that back holds up and you'll be back to your brilliant best. Well done, Paul.
Thank you very much, lads.
Pleasure.
Good luck, mate.
Paul Mullen there, so we wish him well, eh? Coming up.
But that's what we used to be talking about earlier, he's not been the manager's plans. You know what, I'm going to go somewhere else and play.
Yeah.
I was going to sit there.
Coming up, Gabby tells us exactly what he thinks Eze should play his football next season. Will it be Tottenham? But just a reminder, we're less than a month away until a huge summer blockbuster between Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois. This should be a cracker, explosive. You can get all the build-up to the fight on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. And there's more fighting this weekend. Don't miss a massive showdown as Jake Paul takes on former world champion Chavez Jr. live this Saturday, only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing. Sign up to DAZN.com/boxing. Right, 9:43.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
minutes before 10 o'clock. So yes, on the front page of the Sun this morning, Britpop is back. Everyone is wearing Doc Martens and shell suits as Goldstein hairstyle is finally in style after 30 years. So if you want to show off your Docs, then we have the competition for you. We're giving you a chance to win a pair of Oasis tickets in Manchester. And this is July 19th. Yes, you heard that right. Oasis Live 25 is sold out, but talkSPORT, we can get you in. That's not all. Along with the side the tickets, we'll put $5,000 in your back pocket and we'll put you up for a night in a lovely hotel. What about that? Fantastic. And that $5,000, by the way, is completely tax-free. Listen up right now for everything you need to know, and here's how you enter.
Alright, kid, you have to be over 18 to enter in the UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win a pair of tickets to the most electrifying rock and roll reunion of the century, a hotel stay and $5,000 spending money, all you gotta do is text the word Oasis to 83338 by Monday the 7th of July at 11 p.m. and you'll be entered into the draw to go supersonic this summer. Sorted. Right, here's all the legal stuff. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You've got to have the bill payer's permission or post your name and number to Oasis Prize Draw, P.O. Box 3190, Colchester, CO2 8GP, to arrive by 5 p.m. on the 10th of July. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full T's and C's at talksport.com.
This summer on talkSPORT. There's no need to panic, the football hasn't dried up. Yeah! We've got exclusive commentary at the Women's European Cup.
That is unbelievable!
There's a load of sport this summer and we'll give it to you straight. talkSPORT's the place to be to keep right up to date. So don't you wonder what you gonna do, cause talkSPORT's your cure for the summertime blues. Get ready for a rock and roll summer of sizzling sport. Oh yeah! Including exclusive coverage of the British and Irish Lions Tour of Australia, the Women's Euros, the Open, Wimbledon and more. Woo! Come on everybody! This summer on talkSPORT.
9:51. Okay, earlier this morning, Shaban tried to get us in trouble again by posing this question during Transfer Tinder.
Does the men still pay for the first date?
Are we allowed to say? Are we allowed to comment? Are we getting in trouble? If I say yes, we might get in trouble.
No, a man should pay all the time.
You can't say that, mate.
No, you can't say it.
Oh, nowadays.
You
can't do that. You can't do
women
that.
can't pay.
How you can't do that, mate?
I didn't say women can't pay. It's chivalrous. So I say yes. Gabby's not convinced. Here's what Ray Winstone said when I told him the Gab father expects us to be a 50-50 split.
No. I mean, we're gentlemen.
Exactly, Ray.
No, you know, I mean, God, no. I mean, in my day, it was unheard of. You'd never even have to have a discussion about it, you know.
Yeah.
You take a young lady out for a meal and you pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely, Ray. Top man. Words of wisdom.
Got a message here, Al, so read it out.
Go on.
I went on a date with a man a few years ago and he took me to a really nice restaurant. He was the one that asked me on the date, so imagine my shock and disappointment when he said we'll split the bill when it came. I never saw him again. He was not a gentleman. A gentleman should always pay on the first date, and after that, it's even Stevens. This is from D. You agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that. Well, no, I don't agree with that. I think
Make your mind up.
First date, definitely the man has to pay.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. You have to pay. No 50-50. No going Dutch. None of that. And then maybe later on, you know, says, "Oh, please let me buy you something." The odd occasion, maybe.
Oh, okay, the odd occasion.
But only the odd occasion.
Fair enough, mate.
So talkSPORT's drive host Andy Goldstein was listening this morning, and he has a great story on the topic. Have a listen.
Morning, Shaban. Hope you're well. Just out on a dog walk with Dr. Scooter Frank, listening to the breakfast show. I love the topic of should you split the bill. I don't know if I've told you this, but I know someone very, very close to me. I'm not going to say it is for legal reasons, but She went out with this fella for about 5 or 6 years, and he paid for everything. And when they split up, no word of a lie, I swear to God this is true, when they split up, he sent her an Excel spreadsheet of all the times that he'd paid for a meal, trips to the cinema, trips to the garden centre, everything, itemising everything that he paid for, and asked for half. Can you believe that? Obviously she didn't pay it, but asked for half. Amazing work.
Well, there you go. There is a proper numpty, and I don't mean Andy. I mean the bloke. You know,
yeah, but Al, come on, mate.
That?
But
I mean, come on, mate.
I hear what you're saying, but I just feel like, why not split it? Like it's fair then. Split the Uber home or taxi home.
No,
it's
fair. Just not the way you do it, Gav.
Why?
No, you're brought up that way, you know.
I
you
wasn't.
treat a lady.
Yeah, you can still treat a lady and then get them a present and whatever. But I'm talking about... Do you know what I mean? You had that drink.
You buy someone a present, you fall out with them, you want the present back, 100%, do you?
100%, yeah.
Oh, that's
on my way round.
That is just the way life's going now. That's
rubbish. The younger generation. That's what we do, mate.
It's absolute rubbish.
But I think it's fair, mate. Like, what can I say? I think a lot of people agree with me as well.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. I'm looking at my screen, not one agrees with you.
The date should be paid for by whoever suggested it. What about that?
Well, that's as I said earlier. If your girlfriend suddenly says, "Come on, let me take you out for a nice steak," that's different.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're taking her out and asking her out, you pay.
But I just don't see, like, is that an old school thing? Because what's the problem with...
What is wrong with old school?
No,
right?
I love old school, but with this, I just feel that, you know what I mean, the bill comes 50-50, mate. I can't take you seriously.
Gabby,
it's fair, mate.
No wonder you've got 7 houses.
This guy.
No wonder he's got 7 houses. Honestly, I wish I had your attitude, but I just find that, you know, it's not right. It's wrong.
Yeah, or maybe I'll get this one, you get the next second date. That fair?
No.
What?
No. No, you're wanting to take this lady out, right?
Yeah, but...
So you pay for it. Come on, let me take you for a nice steak, or let me take you a nice fish restaurant. You can't say, do you bring your how are we paying this?
Then.
Cash or credit card? She'll look at you and say, what?
Okay then, okay, say you really like each other and you're going to go on loads more dates. So as a man, you just should be like, oh, I'll sort that every date. Come on, mate.
Yeah.
Nah, can't do that, Al.
Well, I'm sorry. Anyway,
mate. Yeah.
Ebenezer Scrooge is back with me tomorrow, and he'll be telling us exactly where Eze should be going next summer, and if Calvin Phillips should look abroad for his next move, because we've run out of time now, which this morning means due to the dating issues, which we're not continuing tomorrow, Gab. It's ridiculous. What are you doing? Are you going for a quick one?
Yeah,
I will buy you a drink, Gab.
No, that's half it.
No, you can get the first one for a change. Honestly.
Let's split it. Come on, let's go get one.
I'll just go to the room, clean my teeth, I'll make a quick call and I'll be down. Yeah, and you don't see him again until next week.
You're funny.
Okay, so Jim and Simon coming next, but let's finish with what the punters are thinking about this dating stuff. And please, give me some support.
Do you believe that men should pay for the bill on the first date?
No, I don't believe that.
Why not?
Why should men pay? What is the logic of men paying the bill on the first day? Is it just the man who's called for the date? It's a mutual date, right?
I think we should split the bill on the first date because you never know if you're going to see them again and it might not be that good. I just think it's the right thing to do. I think split the bill.
I'm a very traditional guy when it comes to that sort of stuff. It's like the men always pay everything and, you know, women are seen as more of princess treatment, you know?
What, we just pay for everything?
Who is that? Play about the UK hymn. That first one. Anyway, I'm out here. 3 minutes to 10.
Oh, you got to get inside of your feminine side, mate.
I'm not sure I've got one.
I'm not sure you do either.